Welcome to another rousing episode of And That's Why I Drink, where compared to Christine's camera, I have the biggest head in the world.
Okay,
Look
I
at her
was thinking that.
my eyeballs the size of your head.
Okay, I was thinking that. Now, here's what happened. I thought to myself, what I want to set up really is like an actual recording like space where you see like the podcasters on social media where they have like they're in like a studio or they have something nice, and I was like, what if I set up like a section for myself where like even when I'm doing virtual with you with my brother, it'll still look like I'm in like a little studio, and then like
Yeah.
you know. And so I was like, oh, I got to work on that. I don't have time right now. I've been trying to clear stuff out. But so I set up like a camera, but then I realized like, oh, but now when people watch this on YouTube, they're looking like at you and they're looking like toward me, and I'm not making eye contact with them.
Not
Or
anymore, babe.
you?
Hang on, wait.
Oh, shit. Yeah, but see, you have to read your notes, don't you?
No, I'll just talk like we're like, hold on, now you face this way, and now it's like we're.
See, that's what I mean. Like, wouldn't it be cool if we both had like a little like where it looked like we were kind of talking to each other, even though
It'd be
we're
hysterical.
miles apart. Anyway.
Anyway, if this makes you feel safer, I can do this. But
I mean, I just worry.
it doesn't look like a studio. It still looks like I'm sitting at a fucking shiplap building. But
I also
here, hang on. Here, I'll get a little corner action. You ready? Hang on.
Oh, see, like me. Look.
Why do we have the same fucking wall color?
Did we know this?
Is this the first time I've ever seen this in my whole life?
Do we understand?
Christine, wait, we should flip the camera and it will literally look like we are in the same room.
Hell, this is what it took to get us to look like. Hold on, let me move him.
Oh
wait. No, wait. Now I got to reverse. Wait.
No, it looks good on mine. No?
Oh, mine's opposite.
Oh, hang on. But then I'm this way.
Okay, I think maybe we have differing
the lighting was different. The lighting, we just have to match the lighting like that. No?
So we're looking like I thought we were trying to get the walls to be together, like two green walls.
Yeah, that's how they look on my screen. I don't know how they look
that's how
screen.
It looks on yours.
It looks great.
Why do they make it look different on mine? So, okay, well,
it literally looks like we're in the same room if I push the camera right there. Oh my god.
I hope that's how it looks. Okay, wait, I'm going to flip it for the people who see it my way. I'm worried that like what if everyone sees it? Hold on, how do I mirror? Oh, that didn't help. Did I flip?
Nope.
The fuck?
I'm telling you from my end.
Oh wait, I just realized I flipped my camera. My camera's up there. You idiot. I'm talking to myself. Seriously, Christine, sometimes I wonder.
I'm not kidding.
I just switched the camera.
We literally just figured out that our walls are the same exact fucking color.
That's very
How
strange.
Did we not know that?
And we even have a corner where it's the color and then like a white color.
You realize if I just put that exact wallpaper on my shiplap, it would look like we just were
it's like
centered.
Really trippy, man.
I did not see this happening for us at all.
I didn't see this coming. I will say.
I'll also say that.
I would wish I could see it the way that you see it. Let me flip
here. Well, then I'll just screenshot, dude.
Oh, good idea. I wish I could see with your eyes. You know what I mean?
But you need the eyes to see.
Fuck, that's so true.
Okay.
Remove from stage. Don't do that.
Hey.
Kick from. I'm sorry. It says kick from studio. That feels really aggressive.
Yeah. No.
Oh my god! It looks way cooler on yours. Mine looks cool too. It just looks like we match walls.
Yeah. We'll have to shop it, but this is a good rough draft.
I like it though, because like, is this where you would like to stay doing your
No, but I mean, no. I mean, yes. I just have to get a different arm for my microphone because it's been tabletop and now the table's over there.
It's the microphoning that makes it so confusing. Like in this picture I sent, it looks like our wall color really is like identical.
Is that not the eeriest thing in the whole world?
Creeping me out.
Yeah.
Everyone's like, that's not that weird. But I think it's fucking weird, okay?
I mean, I can just hear the Gen Z calling us like the most obvious millennials in the world. That
with like our dark green and like.
Well, because there was millennial gray, and then a bunch of millennials got all up and nasty about it, being like, "I'm different," and then they all picked the exact same shade of green. Which correct. I will just to keep myself feeling young, I'm going to say this was the last person who lived here. I did not choose
Okay,
this.
this was also the last person that lived here, and by that I mean me 5 years ago,
Oh,
pre-COVID, or during the start of COVID. Me picked this. Okay, I was struggling. We were all struggling, and then I bought this entirely way too expensive wallpaper from Anthropology of all things, and then I was like, well, I think it's there forever because it was really expensive, and I don't
fair
want to change
enough.
it. But this paint I bought from Claire Paints, by the way,
Oh, hey,
back in
Claire.
the day. It's a black woman owned business, and their paints are so beautiful. This one was called Current Mood, or is called Current Mood,
Love
and I
that.
remember buying it like 2020 and going like, "This is my current fucking mood." And I think a lot of millennials felt the same way. So
I
haters gonna hate, whatever.
I have nothing to contribute because I was not responsible for the shiplap. I was not responsible for
I
this
mean,
color. I
you have
just
an
bought the
easy out.
house.
I'm feeling defensive. Don't worry. You don't need to feel defensive.
If
You
you're up
didn't
to
do
me, this
anything
place would
wrong.
be a completely different color. I don't even know what it would be.
What color?
I don't know because I'm too scared of my own brain because I love and I promise I'm not like trying to fit in with the younger generation. I just love their little style where everything's just like bursts of fucking colors and crazy
Yeah.
shapes. I think that's so cool. And so I would probably have like the Dr. Seuss syndrome where like nothing's a straight line, everything's weird and wacky and wonky and
Oh my God. Okay, I
so
kind of love that, but you also really like the not mid-century,
art
what
de-
is it called?
the
Art Deco.
retrofuturism.
Yeah,
I
so I feel
love
like that
that.
fits really well though, like with the Art Deco kind of like retro, like curvy. I don't know. I feel like
Yeah.
that kind of neonish, like I feel like that kind of matches. But yeah, so eventually I do want to have like, but if it is really fucking distracting when I'm talking to you to
No, it's
not be
not. I
looking you
was
in
just
the eye,
joking.
okay.
It's fine.
No, no, I said it first. You didn't even say it. I just am projecting my own concerns
You're
onto
good.
you.
We're good.
So okay, good, good. So we'll try it. If everyone fucking freaks out, I'm sorry. And I'm sorry about my walls. I'm sorry about me as a person and my identity. I don't know what to tell you except sorry.
Also, don't judge all of my tabs because I feel like later you're gonna
What?
zoom
Oh,
in
I
on this
wasn't, but now
screenshot.
I will.
I mean, it's just a lot of like home decor stuff, so it's not
Oh
very
yeah.
interesting, but
It's
still.
like how to copy Christine's office in my house. No.
Imagine if you looked at the little tabs and it's actually just pictures of you all over.
It's what if it was like my wallpaper and my yeah. Uh, you were like typing Claire Paints. Um, no, I'm just teasing. But yeah, I guess I was in the millennial spirits when I developed this
Cool.
room. But you know, I do want to change it eventually, and I don't know. We'll figure it out. But so this is me slowly adjusting to having a camera and doing that whole thing.
Cool.
We'll see what
I'm
happens.
also down to get my own actual camera too, because we did that for a while. We have the
We
camera.
did, and now it's easy because you don't have to record on the camera. Like I just like there's a cam link that my brother sent me that I just plug into the laptop and it just uses that camera as my webcam. So it doesn't like you don't need like a memory card in the camera.
Nice, nice.
You know what I mean? So it's a lot easier now than it was like when we tried it 5 years ago. And in case you're wondering, I'm drinking a mini Deepep.
Nice.
Crack that bad boy open. And I drink because I'm throwing a party for a bunch of little kids tomorrow. So I'm
what percentage have you gotten done and what do you have left?
well, my mother-in-law's downstairs, so I assume probably 99% has been completed because
That woman's
she just showed
incredible.
up. She literally showed up at midnight, landed at midnight. She didn't show up at midnight. Sorry, that sounded really ominous.
At
She
the
did
crack of a
land.
lightning bolt.
Yeah, yeah, we set a spell into the fireplace. She showed up last night, and at like 6 a.m. Everybody's up. She's like cleaning the house, getting Leona ready for school, and taking her there. It was just really nice. So I feel a lot calmer than I normally do right
Nice.
before a party. And I also tried to tone it down this year for myself. Like I didn't want to put too much pressure because I feel like it gives me so much stress every year, and I'm like, why do I do this? And this year I'm like, you know what? Just roll with it, see what happens. Bought the decorations and the food and plates and
Can confirm. My mom used to be one of those moms who like
mhm.
really absolutely lost her mind trying to make it the perfect. I mean, literally for like my fourth or fifth birthday party, she literally got a like pony rides. Like she was like trying to.
Oh my word.
She
Yeah.
was
Yeah.
really trying to do it up. Don't remember a fucking thing. So
Yes, yeah, yeah, yeah. But you know, now there's all this evidence, right?
Yeah, now
Because
there's
I can
proof.
be like, now I can be like, remember I was saying I've rented out, we just recorded that yesterday, but like we were the only ones in the theater and I was like, this is hilarious because the tickets, it was like a matinee of Gabby's Dollhouse. So the tickets were like $10 or something each, and then and less for the kids. And then I was like, imagine we spend like $40 on all this and say like, oh, we rented out an entire movie theater for you and your best friend, which like obviously is bullshit. Um
It's only bullshit because if she listens to this episode one day, then it's bullshit. Other than that,
yeah.
there is no evidence. You just have to burn this episode.
Listen, I don't want to set expectations that high. I feel like that'll be a card I hold on to if she ever like needs me to prove like that I threw her a really cool party or something. But
Well, I've told you about the Barney fiasco of 95.
okay, I feel like you have, and I feel like I've put it away in a place in my brain that's hard to access, and I'd love for all of us to hear it again if you don't mind.
Yeah, and I'll find the picture too. Actually, let me find the picture right now because if you recall, I uploaded every single picture
Uh,
from my memory box.
I think we recall the process, the journey, the emotional toll it took, etc.
It was a long journey, so let me take advantage of it right fucking now.
Please do.
So as I'm looking for this story, I'll tell you, it was my third birthday. We lived in San Francisco at the time, found it immediately. I'm so glad I downloaded all these fucking pictures. Um,
Genius.
so I we lived in San Francisco. We lived right next to like MGM Studio or something like that, or and that was where Barney was filmed. And if you were a kid in
Oh
'95,
Christ.
it
Oh
was
my
the
God.
coolest thing in the world to be like, oh yeah, I live like where Barney works. It's no big
And if
deal.
you are M,
And
the
if
coolness of that,
I had a psychological disorder when I was a kid
correct.
with how much I loved Barney. I think all of us had that mob mentality about Barney. Like it's like Swifties today, but it was
Yeah.
Barney then. Where for a year, like really, I should have gone to a doctor.
I mean, this really is alarming, you guys.
I refused to go by my own name, which might have been a sign for something else later.
Honestly, great fucking point. Great
But
fucking point.
I would not respond to anything except Barney. I did not call my mom mom. She was Baby Bop. I did not call my dad.
That's
He was
not a
BJ.
joke. Like
Like
that's literally like M's lifestyle for like M committed to the bit so hard
it
that it
wasn't
became a mental disorder.
it wasn't a silly little thing. I thought I was Barney. It was a
At
real
what point
fucking
do you think
problem.
your mom got like genuinely worried? And I
I,
ask that as a
I
parent
d-
because I'm like,
yeah.
I haven't experienced that yet, but I imagine if it happened, I would get Blaze and I would really start to be like, do we like after a month, like do we
Well,
what do we do?
Linda waited a year and did fucking nothing. So I think you're
Even with what
fine.
was her name? Baby Bop?
Baby Bop, yeah, Baby Bop did fucking zilch. So
That's crazy to me that you call, I mean, that you not only had, not to call you crazy as a
oh no,
4-year-old or whatever,
it was bonkers. Anyway,
but like it feels like so fitting, right? Like you fixated on it and you didn't like your own name and there
nope.
you go.
My parents always thought that I would end up with a man named Barney and just run away and they never see me again. LOL in a lot of ways.
I literally remember you telling me this and I was like, well, now you can do the thing like that Cher said of like, I'm Barney.
I
Or was
know.
that Celine Dion? One of them.
Well,
One of the C
oh,
ladies.
it's like when Cher was like, "I am a rich man."
I am a rich man. That's the one, but I am Barney.
Well, so my first boyfriend, his name was Tristan, and on our very first date, he picked me up in his car, which happened to be a big ass, like 10 passenger purple van that he named Barney. And my mom was like, "Here we go."
Your mom was like, I fucking foresaw this in the stars. Oh my lord.
So anyway, this birthday party when I was turning 3, and my mom,
Well, Barney was turning 3.
right. And so my mom
And
slash
Baby
Baby
Bop
Bop,
was planning a big bash.
she threw me this big birthday party and I was obsessed with Barney. She was like, "Well, we live right next to the studios."
I don't think I know this.
Oh, she was like, "We're actually going to have Barney come to your birthday party.
Holy
We're going
fuck.
to call the studio. We're going to have Barney's going to be here." And I don't remember if it was a surprise to me, but I remember sitting on the steps. There's video of it which I could also actually probably put up because I do have access to that. Um and I'm sitting on the steps and I guess they like Barney like literally walked into our backyard and my whole life I mean it was the best day of my life. My whole life I would brag to people. I was like, "Oh my god, my mom had the real Barney come to my birthday. She had the real Barney there. The real Barney was there." And I guess that wasn't true. And my
Baby
mom
Bop.
she just hired someone with a fucking Barney costume. But because
What?
and here's the thing though, apparently she was hoping this would be the one time birthday party wise that like I just wouldn't fucking remember and she could just get away with it. But I spent my whole life bragging to everyone that she did this and she didn't want to ever break my heart. So even at 18 years old, she was like, that's right, the real Barney came. The real Barney
Oh
came.
my God.
And she was gonna let me live this
Yeah, she
belief
was.
for the rest of my life until I started going through old photos and I found these pictures and I went, what the fuck is this?
It was a lot easier to lie before cameras were invented, I tell you what.
And I was like, what is happening here?
Oh,
and then
shit.
and I was like, that can't be. Because in my memory, it is real Barney. 3-year-old
Of
me,
course.
it was
Of
fucking Barney.
course.
And she went, I'm so sorry. I never wanted to tell you. Like, I thought
Oh, no.
she's
I
like,
never thought you'd find out this way.
she's like,
Oh,
I thought I got
no.
rid of all the photos and I
Oh
guess I
my
found them.
God.
But anyway,
Okay,
this is for you.
Please send it to me right now.
Tell me-
I definitely don't remember
This is me
story.
hugging the real Barney.
Of course it is.
Quote.
And we're all gonna.
His head is deflated.
I need to please just show this on the, because I don't listen. I'm sure. Oh my word in heaven! Oh wait, wrong camera.
It's nightmarish. We'll put it.
Nightmare.
We'll obviously post them or put them in. Actually,
But
Jack,
look,
if you
here's
just want
Baby Bop. Baby Bop's in
there
there.
she is. Jack, if you just want to put this straight in the video, that's totally fine.
Okay, first of all,
actually,
look
Jack,
at,
let me get the video clip. I'll send it to you, and if you could put it like right here, here's me seeing the real Barney and Baby Bop.
Hello there, Emily. Hi. I brought them. Hi. Emily.
Thank you. So time.
What did Barney bring you?
We're both unsure of the whole situation.
Unsure. Well, you're not. You're fully sure. You're fully bought in. So, did you cry when you found out, or were you mad at your mom, or were you just like, oh well?
Well, I found out the day before I was graduating high school.
Oh, you were still young. I thought this was like a recent discovery.
No, I
You
was
mean
like,
you were like
17, 18. And
Oh,
so
that's sad.
here's another picture, Jack, that you can put in. So I really.
I know this picture.
Yeah.
I think. Yeah.
I think you do.
I love this picture.
So I found out the day before I was going to graduate high school that I found these pictures because they were looking for pictures for my graduation party.
Talk about a scandal, and it's like of all family scandals, you found out that it wasn't the real Barney. Oh.
I was like, oh my God, I can't believe this happened. And basically I had a day to, not a day to process as if this was a real trauma, but I was like, I can't fucking believe.
I mean, it's like a traumatic incident as like to like, I don't know.
Well, I just couldn't believe it. I was like, I've
trauma.
been telling everybody for 15 years.
Oh yeah,
and so I don't know how my mom pulled it off, but so the next day I was going to graduate and then have my graduation party at the end of the day. My mom last minute tried to like make it up to me, and at my graduation party decided to get another Barney impersonator.
Oh, she cannot be stopped, this woman. It's like she doubles down.
But with 24 hours notice. First of all, the only way you can make it up to me is get real fucking Barney here in 24 hours or less.
Fair. I mean,
but she should have pulled that off. I think to recreate pictures, she was like, we'll get you a better Barney. And then she got me a fucking worse Barney that
one I remember.
He only has black for eyes. So this is, Jackie,
he's a black-eyed Barney. He's like a black-eyed kid.
This was my graduation party. I mean, hello.
Okay, like real talk, is that like Linda or somebody in that costume? This feels like it's like your friend's parent.
It was her best friend's husband. But here's the thing. Like nobody else, because this happened the night before. This is a picture of me 24 hours after finding out that the first Barney picture was awful.
I mean, we're gonna have to put these somewhere, but this is
when I
hilarious. But his head's inflated all the way. The rest of him's kind of a little not.
That's a great point.
You know, it's like she found if you combine the two, it might look realistic.
But here's the thing, because this discovery just happened 24 hours ago between me and her, and then she tried to just get a Barney impersonator within 24 hours notice. that Basically, get this. I was having a whole ass graduation party of like 300 people and nobody knew the context of this. He just fucking waltzes in.
Are you sure nobody knew? You didn't
Nobody
tell all
knew.
300 of your classmates how
Well,
many times
I
that you'd met the real Barney when you were 3?
My mom was giving a graduation speech, and then all of a sudden I hear, I love you,
No!
you. And like,
By the way, first of all, you're still
everyone-
processing. This is traumatic.
she had someone just play it on like a speaker, and then this fuck ass Barney walks in, and I'm
so
like, what the hell?
crazy. Baby bop. Fucking tone it down. This is a wildest story. I mean, to have like, wow, that feels like me in the way that I would overnight something and just do it like to try and fix the problem. So I do in that way. What's happening to my computer? It's just like zooming me out. Oh
Oh,
god.
you look fine here.
Okay. Well, yeah, I just feel like I can understand that that instinct to just fix it, but yeah, that is quite a bold move to do, especially for your teenage child. Like your
with
teenage
everyone
child
they've grown up
with
with in
their
one big room.
entire like
And no
school
context.
of classmates to bring up like something.
Literally like in
Oh.
a horror movie high school drama, I could hear everyone around me going, what's going on?
What? Like, do you get it? I don't get it. Yeah,
So
I mean,
embarrassing.
really, it's got to be just
Half the
chilling.
reason I
It's
don't want to get
chilling.
married is because she'll try again. I just like don't
Oh
even-
my god! Now she will. Now I will. Now I think we're all on board.
Everyone will
frankly.
just dress as Barney, and I'll be like, "What's fucking happening?"
I think it's gonna be just no one will, and you'll be just like, oh, phew, and then the officiant will walk out, and you'll go, ah! And this time I promise it will be the real Barney. Wink.
Well, if Barney was the efficient, I could get behind that.
What if you
Allison, I don't
finally
know
get
about.
to be? Yeah, well, we'll cross that bridge when we get there. But what about if you got to finally be the Barney that you've wanted to be?
That'd be
since you were
sick.
3?
I could be Barney.
Here's my question also. Like, did you develop the Barney persona before or after meeting the Barney? Because I would be worried as a parent too if like she's like, look, he's really here, and then like you decided like from that day on you were Barney. Like,
No,
because then
no,
it's like,
I-
I've created a monster.
No, I was already in the thick of it.
Okay.
It was
okay.
a slow. I think you can only go so delusional until you just start calling yourself Barney.
I mean, you're right. Like, how much more could you have gotten in? How much deeper could you have gotten into this?
This was my 3rd birthday, and then I also have home video of this. The birthday before this was my 2nd birthday, where we had a Barney cake, and the whole video is just a bunch of grown dads just like beating a Barney pinata like to a bloody pulp, and the children are
Oh!
just screaming.
Traumatic. I know. I never understood the pinata at the kid. Like, I mean, I understand it from a cultural perspective, but from like our generation, we'd grow up and just like get the cutest little thing, and then
Beat the
just like give
shit
a
out of
bunch
it.
of little kids and their dads like baseball bats. And I remember being like, oh no, the poor Barney.
Yeah.
Or Dora the Explorer. Oh,
Anyway, I didn't know it could be topped, and yet I have found a way to make something about me when I was trying to talk about your fucking kid and her birthday.
this is
I'm
way
so
more
sorry.
entertaining. I didn't do anything quite as traumatic. I don't think.
Good.
We'll find out tomorrow.
You have time.
There were tears on the birthday, but they were like overtired and over sugared tears, and so we were
I
like,
see.
it's a success, like she
Yeah.
was just like a little weepy, like not anything major. I will say though, this morning on the way to school, Sherry and Blaze get home from dropping her off and go, there's a slight dilemma, and I went, uh-oh. And they said, we asked her if she's excited about her birthday party tomorrow. And she said, yeah, it's Dino Ranch themed. And I was like,
Ooh.
it is? And Blaze went, well, it's not. And I went, I know. And I was like, I have just spent weeks planning a Gabby's Dollhouse birthday. And I think it's because she had always said she wanted 2 themes. And I was like, we should pick one. Like, I don't want to.
She's such a
And I
diva.
said-
I love her.
I know. She's like, we do half and half. Half the cake is this, half the cake is that. And she couldn't decide.
Gabby's Ranch.
Yeah, Gabby's Ranch. That's actually really cute.
Or
And
Dino
so then we-
Dollhouse. That'd be fun too.
Fuck.
mean-
Okay, next year.
Well, no, just
Uh,
get it just tonight. Go get a dollhouse, put a bunch of dinosaurs in it. Dino Dollhouse. Boom.
I mean, we have a dollhouse. I'll put dinosaurs in it. I
Perfect.
think she's gonna be like, that's not
It's
the
not
same.
the same. Yeah.
You
I get
know.
it.
And then Blaze was like, we have a bunch of dinosaur stuff from last year, and I'm like, yeah, but she's gonna be like, it's not.
It's not the same.
Whatever. So basically, I found a bunch of printables online, like coloring pages, and I was like, I'm just gonna put these out. And then she has like Dino Ranch toys, and I was like, well, use these as decorations. So there's a lot of kind of finagling going on. I don't think it'll be at the level of like the Barney
It
fiasco
does
of
not have to be.
1995. Yeah, but I kind of don't want it to be. Maybe when
Yeah.
she's like. No, I don't know. Someday it'll happen, but not today, Satan, please. So we're kind of like last minute trying, and Dino Ranch is not like as popular of a brand as It's like a Canadian TV show. So I'm like, I don't
Yeah, you
have
can't
like,
just like run
it's
to
not like
Spirit
at
Halloween.
Walmart
Yeah.
necessarily, right? Like it's just a little bit harder to find. So, and with my trying to avoid certain online retailers, it's been really difficult. So,
Understood.
thankfully there are a lot of free resources online, and then Etsy had some like downloadable digital stuff, and I got my Cricut. So we're doing a lot of DIY, but it'll be fun, and I'm pretty convincing. I can convince her that it's been Dino Ranch all along.
If anyone can do it, it's certainly you. And when in doubt,
Thank
call my
you.
mom. She will have a dinosaur there in 24
Oh
hours or
my god,
less.
she will literally just send another fuck ass Barney, as you called it,
And
and we'll be like, "See, he's from the ranch."
I'm,
She's gonna
I'm
look
just saying,
traumatized.
I have two
Wait, hold
instances
on.
where
It's
she
been.
got a shitty last minute
Do you know that that's
dinosaur.
been? It's the 30-year anniversary of the
Oh shit!
the
Don't tell her that.
Barney
Don't
30-year anniversary. Do you think the original one is still around? Now he's like 70 in that
Maybe.
costume.
To this day, I don't know who that man was. He was just in our backyard.
An icon, really. And he probably was like, "Oh wow, okay,
Anyway,
they really think I'm the real deal, huh?"
he must have felt so good about himself that
I
day.
hope so.
But yeah, again, twice now my mom has proved she can get a last minute dinosaur. So if you decide on Dino
I
Ranch,
know. I mean, why did I not even put that together? Like, Leona wants a Dino Ranch. Linda's got one on standby.
she always. I part of me has joked and then she never fully answered the question.
Yep.
But I was
yep.
like, did you just buy that? Like at this point, you should just have one on
You
lease.
should just invest.
Just have an outfit
in the
at all
actual.
moments.
You should be paying it off over the years because you're gonna need it. It's like a timeshare. Like someone else will use it, then we'll need it.
Just don't ever do what my mom did, where like every single person you've ever known is next to you and you can hear them whispering, "I don't get it." That's like
well,
worst.
that's my worst nightmare. So don't worry, I'm way, way, way too neurotic to make that happen.
Oh man. Anyway, thanks, Mom. So
Anyway,
it's been 45 minutes. I'm so sorry.
And it's been like such a good I've had the best time. We actually started this podcast today going, it's going to be so short.
I know.
Because we were like, oh, we both bought a short story. And then, of course, here we go.
Why you drank a Deep Peppy and why? Is there a reason why?
Because I'm hosting a party of children tomorrow.
Sure.
And I guess I don't have a Dino Ranch party. I have a Gabby's All House party with a few Dino Ranch characters sprinkled throughout. But you know what? It's just gonna have to work because I'm not gonna overhaul everything.
The best part of this podcast is that one day Leona can listen to this, and then any issues that come about tomorrow in like 10 years, she'll go, "You tried, Mom. Good job."
I just have this flash of like me sitting there in a therapy office with her, and not in a traumatic way, but just in like let's all like talk things out, and just like, so on this part of the podcast, Mom, when you mentioned me to like, I'm like, I should probably shut my mouth sometimes, but oh well.
No, I mean, I don't think you've said anything too damning just yet. If she were a teenager, you're in trouble. I'd be like,
I was gonna
guess
say
what
she
did
hasn't
today?
done anything too damning, so she better watch it.
Yeah, let this be a prophecy. Don't
Ooh.
don't you mess up, Leona. Don't you
God,
do it.
she's perfect.
Oh, well,
Oh.
why do I drink? Oh my god, I'm just so tired. I did not know the effect that 2 red eyes in a row could have on a person.
You didn't, did you?
I took a guess, but also I was like, I'm pretty good at like falling asleep. And I just like, I think, you know what the problem is I should have just let yesterday be like a day where I rested after the fact. But instead
that was my fault because I said, let's record on Thursday.
No. Because then after that, I had like back-to-back plans with a bunch of people. And so I didn't go to bed until a normal time after not sleeping. So I'm half caught up on my sleep. But at the same time, I feel like after this, I have so many things I need to do around the house when like all I want to do is just be horizontal.
You don't get rest time.
You know what? And I do it to myself because really, who's here telling me I can't? Me though. All of a sudden I'm like, I have to do this or else it's just going to be looming. And like,
you got to pick your poison. You either got to feel like guilty for this, feel weird for that, but you don't have to feel guilty for anything. But I know how brains work.
Thank you. I will say though, can I get a little clinky, a little cheers, a little toast? Because Hanky's had a big milestone.
He did. Clink. Oh,
clink, 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 clink. As people know, because I can't shut up about him. Ever since we got him, he has been actively destroying the house anytime we leave. And yesterday was the first time that the house was like semi full of our stuff. We've been living in squalor where like we hide everything whenever we
Oh,
leave. And every time we're going to go somewhere, I need a half an hour in advance to hide everything. So he basically just sits in an empty house because we're scared he's going to eat something. But yesterday was the first day that we didn't hide anything and we left for like, I left for 4 hours and I came back and nothing had been touched. Nothing.
wow.
And I was like,
What a good boy.
he's a good little man.
What
But
a good boy.
I don't know where he is, but
I
he's a good man.
know.
Anyway, so I was
Sweet
very proud of him.
baby. I'm so proud of him.
So that's why I
Look.
drank, because he's become a good man. Good
Oh my
memes.
God, I'm so proud of him. She
Okay.
was staring daggers into my eyes, which is why I'm toning it down a little bit.
He's like, dang, you're talking about another man right in front of me. That's
who the
crazy.
hell are you talking about?
Yeah.
Wow, good boy.
You're probably wondering why I've brought you here to this campfire today.
I do not totally know what's happening, actually. Yeah.
That's exactly how I want you, because I have a ghost story to tell you today.
Oh, and blacklight. It's a fluorescent spooky
It's-
story.
The only flashlight I could find. So we're going to
Okay.
have to go with it.
It's creepy. It's giving a spooky color. Yeah.
Thank
Let's
you.
go. I'm very excited to hear you. You never do the paranormal side of things, so
I know. This one felt special, okay?
no pressure.
Picture, if you will, a misty hillside where an ancient orchard slumbers under a ghastly, crooked moon. Locals call it Crabby Grove.
Beautiful.
They say every harvest the trees get irritable. Branches that rattle like brittle bones, an old cider press that creaks to life, though no one's touched it in decades. No one living, that is. Over the years, the townsfolk had learned to coexist with the land, going the long way, avoiding Crabby Grove and its ghastly groans. Folks around here know better than to wander in after sunset, not after the fruit salad incident.
Never. I was there. Trust me.
Let's just say the honeydew had its own agenda.
Oh,
No one dared step foot in the orchard until one night, under a full moon, two podcasters did the unthinkable. Armed only with clip-on mics and misguided confidence, they wandered into Crabby Grove. Some claim they were brave to enter, others say foolish, and some say they were just looking for a bathroom. Either way, as they crept across the crispy autumn leaves and neared the gathering of ghastly trees, they heard a creak. That was pretty good. The air tasted sharp, like a bite from a perfectly crisp apple. And then they heard it, the thump of fruits dropping all around them, though not one leaf stirred. As the mist rolled in, the temperature dropped. The podcasters, suddenly realizing they may have gotten in over their heads, frantically gathered up their belongings. But it was too late. To their horror, what they thought were gnarled trees began to take shape as something else entirely. Farmhands, it seemed, and were they wearing overalls? One of the podcasters said, "Fun fact, that particular pattern of flannel is called buffalo plaid."
fun fact: if they're farmers in overalls, they might also just be lesbians at the orchard. I don't know. But whatever. Yeah.
M made a really great point. The ghastly farmers approached, holding a glowing bottle. Petrified, the podcasters beheld the label: Angry Orchard. Before they knew it, the podcasters were now each holding a cold bottle, the bottle cap already removed.
Oh no! It's as if the objects move themselves.
They looked from the bottle back to the ghostly farmhands, and the leader spoke. "Take a sip and answer plain. Will it cool this orchard's flame? Or rather, will it wake our wrath and bring you down the cider path?" And just like that, they vanished. But not before leaving one final word of warning. Choose your words wisely. "What the hell was that supposed to mean?" the podcaster shouted, before shrugging and taking a sip. It was delicious. Like, weirdly delicious. Crisp, refreshing, a little bold. Something from beyond the veil. It had to be. What else could result in such a bright, crisp apple flavor? Only something supernatural could result in such a perfect mix of sweetness, bright acidity, and the dryness of traditional cider-making apples. But no, it wasn't paranormal. Just the best cider they'd ever tried. And it was called Angry Orchard. The podcasters were no longer afraid. Instead, the two were refreshed and emboldened, knowing that apples with attitude weren't something to be afraid of, but instead something to enjoy. As for the honeydew, people say it's still out there, plotting its revenge.
Grab Freaky Good cider from Angry Orchard at angryorchard.com/Halloween. And while you're there, watch the new Jason vignette, Sweet Revenge, and shop the collab merch. And please drink responsibly. Christine, do you like having no money?
Yeah, it's my favorite on opposite day.
Because after finally looking at my account on Rocket Money, I realized I actually have no money because it's all been going to subscriptions that I did not know I
Oh,
was paying
cool.
for.
I love
Um,
when that happens.
just imagine a waterfall, but instead of water, it's all my dollar bills because that's what was
Oh,
going on. And then Rocket Money was
I
like,
am imagining that. Yeah.
girl, fix
Well, I gotta
this.
say, like, I have been canceling a few subscriptions now that they have decided to bend to the will of a certain authoritarian figure, and so I'm like canceling left and right, and it's kind of cheating because they do all the hard work. Like, you just click a button, and Rocket Money's like, "Got it, we'll cancel," and I'm like, "Tell them why." And so it's really useful, especially when things are changing and you're trying to be more conscientious of how you spend money, and your waterfall is just like you're just trying to stem the flow a little bit, you know?
Exactly. Rocket Money is a
Mm.
personal finance app that helps find and cancel your unwanted subscriptions, monitors and spending, and helps lower your bills so you can grow your savings or finally build them if you're me.
Rocket Money has over 5 million users and has saved a total of $500 million in canceled subscriptions, saving members up to $740 a year when using all of the app's premium features. So cancel your unwanted subscriptions and reach your financial goals faster with Rocket Money. Go to rocketmoney.com/drink today.
That's rocketmoney.com/drink, rocketmoney.com/drink. Okay, so I have a story for you. This was a Christine request because after our last episode, I was saying, man, I want to keep up the Halloween thing, but I don't really know what to do yet. And so I asked Christine what her Halloween wish would be. And
I have
Christine,
no idea what I said.
yes, you do. You don't remember?
No.
Okay, well,
Oh, graveyards!
yes. So
Games in graveyards.
Christine asked specifically for graveyard games was the situation here, but I have broadened it to like activities that we should all be bringing back to graveyards.
Oh, yes.
Okay. Um, because I tried to look up games. I will bring them up a little bit, but wow, there was just about 2 whole sentences for the entire topic.
Really? I could bring you a whole nother sentence of games that I've played in graveyards.
Yeah, tell as a graveyard kid, what were things that you
Wait,
would do?
that's such a good story. I'm gonna write it. Graveyard kids. The
I'm telling
graveyard
you,
kids.
it was. I mean, I just always call you Wednesday Adams, but you really did grow up in a graveyard. How does someone who has a graveyard as their backyard? What do you do
Yeah.
with that?
So we used it a lot for background sets for I did a lot of home videos in case that's not clear from my personality. I directed a lot of home videos starring my unsuspecting neighbors and little brother. And so a lot of them were centered around that. We use it as like a kind of a set deck, you know. A lot of it was when I was feeling moody and I would kind of open my window and like let the rain drizzle and I would
God,
just
you're
like
so cool.
listen. No, because I was listening to probably like Kelly Clarkson and just like looking at the graveyard, you know. And I didn't do anything nefarious in there, you know. I did do a Ouija board in there, and I don't know that was maybe necessarily appropriate, but that was actually my high school. Speaking of high school graduations, my birthday and high school graduation were like a combo thing.
Me too.
Yeah,
Did you
yeah,
also
and
graduate
that
on
makes
June
sense.
5th?
I don't remember the day.
My birthday was
It was
or the graduation was June 5th.
it was probably right around there. And I had this party, and one kid actually like got so upset because he's Christian that he drove home and like wouldn't talk to me.
Okay.
And so I remember being like, "Oh, that's the point where I realized, oh, this is maybe not as normal as I think it is."
My first
and I was
thought-
like 18. Like, what?
My first thought would have been like, well, I never have to see him again now that we've graduated. So
I know exactly. That was my second thought. I was like, okay, party pooper. And then some people were like, I don't know about this. And I was like, you're probably right. I mean, they're probably all right. But so
I
I've
would have
done
thought it was
that.
sick. I would have thought it was so
I know.
cool.
I mean, some people were really on board. So that's that. So that's my kind of extent. I didn't do like a whole lot of. I mean, we'd play like when we were really little, play like hide and seek in there, but that's
Cool.
not really, you know, paranormal related.
That's fine. I mean, it's one of those things where by doing it in a graveyard, it's paranormal.
Right, I guess it is, right? And I like, who knows who else was playing with us?
Yeah, right. Like maybe you never actually the seeker is still seeking. I don't know.
There was always this one girl in a Victorian dress.
Oh man. Well, I tried my best, but I typed in graveyard games and it really kind of just turned into like hokey Halloween like Bob for Apple stuff. And I
Yeah,
was
yeah.
like, I'm not doing that.
No,
Um,
listen, I'm here for the ride. I'm here along for the ride.
so this is very quick because this is essentially instead of normal notes, this is just bullet points of things one can do. So
Oh, I love it.
if you would like to give your opinion on I'm not kidding every single thing, that's fine
I'm in.
because otherwise this is going to be about a
Everyone just
2-minute topic.
groaned, but I'm in.
I tried, man. But okay, so this was my inspiration for because
No,
I
I
really
mean
didn't.
everyone groaned when I said,
Oh.
"Oh yes, I will be chiming in on every bullet point." Not groaning at what you said, groaning that I'm gonna make it fucking annoyingly long. That's
Well,
all.
the people who like your story and not mine are celebrating. They're like, finally, a quick one. But while I still have their attention, I think this is you're the perfect person to have this conversation with as someone who is a graveyard kid.
Yes, a graveyard kid. TM.
There's boxcar children.
Yes, and I always call myself like you do too, a boxcar child, and I call Leona my little boxcar child. But like graveyard kid is kick ass.
I'm surprised as a little graveyard kid you never called yourself a graveyard
Why
kid.
didn't I?
I don't know. I would have called you that, especially if
I
we
don't
went to the
think I
same high school. I'd have
realized
been
it-
like, "Hey, graveyard kid, fucking come over
Like
here."
nobody really like. I don't think it was that unusual to me. Like because
Yeah.
it was just normal. So maybe it didn't even occur to me. I don't know.
That's true. I get that. Well, just know that that's what I've always called you. It's kind of like how apparently you always called me Emothy and then didn't
Mhm.
announce that information for a while.
But get this, Emothy and the Graveyard Kid.
It's like Butch and the
It's like
Sundance
Butch
Kid.
Cassidy. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like, but it's better,
It is. 100%.
obviously.
So, okay, so you'll be able to tell me how possible these things are. And I separated this up. There's some little chunkies. So I would be remiss if I didn't even just mention the game Ghost in the Graveyard,
Yeah.
which is something that you could in theory play in a graveyard. And if
We never played that in the graveyard.
I also feel like that's really just hide and seek if you're only playing with two people.
Fair enough.
Because for those who don't know how to play Ghost in the Graveyard, it's hide and seek, except there's only one hider and everyone else is a seeker. But the hider is the ghost and the
Mhm.
seekers are ghost hunters.
Mhm.
And once someone finds the person hiding, you're supposed to shout to everybody
And
else,
it's
there's a ghost in
usually-
the graveyard. And then the ghost will chase the hunters. And if they tag you, you're now also a ghost and you become the next
Okay.
person.
Is it also like with flashlights? I feel like we always played it at night with flashlights. but
Maybe. I mean,
not.
there's also flashlight tag.
Yeah, I think I got them. I think we kind of crossed wires with those as kids.
They're all just a little different. And I feel like almost every outdoor game is a different, just different enough version of hide and seek or
Yeah.
tag. It's always
Like
either
it
a
has the
tag or
same
hide and seek.
elements. Yeah.
Like I'm gonna
someone's-
tag you, and then either the game's over and
There's
you're
a
the next
team-
it, or now you're on my
Yeah.
side.
Sometimes there's a flashlight.
Red Rover, sharks and minnows, they're all the same.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, obviously someone was going to say I missed Ghost in the Graveyard if I didn't mention it. So that is a game one could play in the graveyard, as well as the game Graveyard. Did you ever play that as a kid?
I don't know. What is that?
It was essentially the silent game. It was literally like be as silent as a
Oh.
graveyard. Pretend you're dead, pretty much.
Oh, I did that because my parents asked me to. Told me to.
So the way we played it in school was it was basically heads up 7-up, except instead of sitting at your table with your head on your desk, you would just lie down on the ground and just close your eyes, and then someone would just go around and like put your thumb in your hand. It was
yeah.
the same thing. You played that?
Yeah, vaguely, but it's like, were they just trying to get us to take a nap? Like, what were we doing?
I will say I only ever played that game during quiet time at school. So
Right.
maybe.
Like, okay. They were trying to just like they were trying to get our parasympathetic nervous systems like back in running. They were like, it's okay.
there was another version of Graveyard that some of the other kids played where it was also a quiet game, but the one person who's it, or like we always called them like the grave robber.
Uh-huh.
His job was to go around to every kid lying on the ground, aka dead body.
Oh, good.
And his job was to like try to make you laugh. And if you were the first one out of everyone in the graveyard to laugh, then you
you lost. You were like,
Then you become a ghost?
well, then you're the next graveyard digger or whatever.
Oh, okay. I get it. That's fun though, to make them laugh. I feel like that's always a good like concept of a game. I don't know.
Yeah, try to make me laugh. Okay, I did that with you all the time. So
I was like, you give me a millisecond. There, see?
see, you made me laugh. Good job.
I did it.
So those are the two spooky themed, graveyard themed games. You wanted graveyard games, I got you two. There you go.
Love it.
But now these are just things that I think people should actually go do in a graveyard, especially as someone who was a graveyard kid raising a graveyard grandkid. I think these would be fun activities if you're trying to do something other than zoo or museum. If you just want to, or aquarium. I know she loves the
I
aquarium.
mean, listen, it's still there. We still live. My mom still lives there, so you know she has as much access as I did.
Yeah, so if you ever want to like do a day in the graveyard, this is me basically trying to plan out activities for you and Leona. That's kind of what this
Thank you
became.
so much.
It comes with paperwork. I'm not kidding. I found forms for you.
Fuck
So,
off.
obviously, you could play some fun games like find the grave that's like the oldest or who was born the earliest,
yeah.
which is the strangest name, which is the coolest looking grave or the weirdest looking grave. So that's
Oh, you want to know something that I did that did happen in a graveyard? Sorry, I don't mean to burst in right away.
it's your whole
But
job.
like,
What?
I do have a kind of a ghost story from recently that happened. I don't know if it's a ghost story or like just a strange synchronicity, but it just hit me because I had like meant to bring it up on the show. But I was at my mom's recently, and Leona was on her way there with Blaze or something, and I was walking through the graveyard, and I don't go in there very often anymore. Like, I don't know, I just don't. And I went in there. Where'd it go? I went in there, and I like was just kind of actually looking at the graves, and really just like I was by myself, and I was just I don't know meandering, and I saw this one, and it just like made my heart ache because it was a little baby, and her name was like Ida May or something, and or no, Fannie Mae, that's what it was, and it had like a little lamb on it, like a little lamb statuette, and I just thought it was like so sweet and heartbreaking because she was really little when she passed. And so I like went and like kind of like pet the little lamb and gave it a little kiss, and then like went back to my house. And a few hours later, Leona was like, "Can we go exploring?" And so my mom and she and I walked into the graveyard. We're looking around, and I'm telling you, like there are hundreds of graves in this thing. It's not like a small plot or anything. We're wandering around. She goes right up to, and this was when she was like 2 or 3. Like she was speaking, but not too much. And she walked up to the grave of this Fannie Mae, and she just like, and I'm like frozen. I don't say anything. And she like pets the little sheepy, and she goes, "Mommy, what's her name?" And I was like, first of all, how do you even know it's a her? You know, like it just was so strange. And I was like, "Oh, her name is Fannie Mae," and that was it. And that was it. But I remember going like, out of all the hundreds of graves, and it's not the only child grave, unfortunately, but it was a very weird moment. And I was like, she didn't want to know any of the other names of the kids or the people there. So,
well, honestly, I'm
May.
sure that if that little spirit like saw that you're like, oh, that's a nice mommy. Like I could feel safe with this one.
And I like that Leona got to come like see her. You know, it was just like really. Anyway, so that was that moment. But yeah, so we have like looked around. Oh, here it is. I walked through cemetery. A 2-year. Oh, that's what it was. Oh my God, I forgot. Sorry, I found a 2-year-old's tombstone that some asshole had kicked over. Like somebody had like broken it. And I will say it's also. Oh, I don't want to triangulate myself, but there's some other reasons that they might have done that. So I pried it out of the dirt, and I could tell it had been recently knocked over because the dirt was like there was still grass under it. So I like set it back upright, and I said like a little prayer, and then a few hours later, oh, that's what it was. I was kind of touching the graves. I also have OCD. And then Leona said, "Mommy, can you touch this one?" And I turned around, and she was at that grave, and I was like, "Oh," and she went, "What's her name?" And I was like, "Oh my God." So that
it's like
was
the two of you had a little moment together.
I know. I felt really like that was special. And I had fixed the little grave, so I felt like, oh, that was a nice little like nod. You know,
while you're there, I don't know if this would like put your kid into psychosis, but it
well, the Barney thing did it for you, so you'd know, I don't know.
I was gonna say, have you ever thought about taking her there and just going, "Do you see anyone?" and just seeing if she does?
I feel like she would tell me if she did. You know what I mean? Like
you don't want to like open that can of worms,
right? And I don't want her to be like, "Why are you asking?" Because I feel like if she saw somebody, I would know. Like if she
Okay.
was like looking at a person. Like she's old enough now too where I'm like, and she also loves to talk to people. So
Sure.
honestly, I'm just waiting for the day she walks up to nobody and goes like, "Hi."
You're right.
So
2 plus 2 is 4, and you're like, what? I only use that example because one of the freakiest times I ever heard of somebody, like a kid, going up and talking to someone, is the parents were like, okay, we'll ask them this math problem you couldn't possibly know, and like he was getting
No.
every single one of them right. That was
That's
freaky.
That's not okay. That is not cool, man.
Anyway, in case you ever need to test it, just ask like what's like
That's a
20
great
times
idea.
100. Yeah.
Or like what was like something like about a floppy or something that like
Yeah.
she wouldn't know from their era.
So, by the way, do you know the difference between a cemetery and a graveyard?
I do. A cemetery, or I'm sorry, a graveyard is usually part of a church, right?
Mm-hmm.
So then I'm wrong. It's actually a cemetery.
You're
that
technically a
we have.
cemetery kid, but a graveyard sounds so much cooler.
Graveyard kid sounds way cooler, but yeah. So I always say graveyard, but yeah, you're right. Cemetery is the one without.
I'm
an
not gonna knock you
attached
for it.
Church. Okay, thank you.
A
Appreciate that.
graveyard kid is still cooler than
I
cemetery
think
kid.
so.
Oh my god,
Yeah,
shut
I
up,
think so.
nerd.
You nerd, you wish.
So, okay, so yeah, you could always play the game like let's go find the oldest grave here. Let's go find who was born the earliest. What's
Or who lived like the oldest age, or
who has the silliest name, or just like
Yeah.
pick a thing. Like let's go find a married couple because they're always buried together.
Mhm.
Or let's go find, So that's an easy one. Just like let's go
Love it.
on an exploration and an adventure and try to find this one thing.
I love it. I love it.
And that's something I added that to the adult list because I did adult list and then like things I basically made a date for you and Leona.
Aw.
But so that's something you could do as adults also because I would want to play that with you whether or not Leona was there.
For sure.
I did put Ouija board. You know how I feel about Ouija boards, but I'm not an idiot. I know someone wants to go to a cemetery and do that. So
And I've done it. So as much as maybe that was probably not,
I
the
would say
thing to
no.
do.
Someone would write in the comments and be like, no Ouija board in a graveyard, really? And it's like,
And today, maybe not in a place where it's other people's loved ones. I would not. But
Yeah.
back then as a young teen, I wasn't drinking beer. I was doing Ouija boards in the graveyard. So
when your frontal lobe has not developed, I fully understand wanting to
thank you.
do a Ouija board in the cemetery. I mean, also
Thinking
like
it was a good idea.
I'm terrified of Ouija boards just because I've seen some really creepy shit with them. Like at some
Yeah.
point in my life, I also loved playing with Ouija boards, and I would have absolutely wanted to
right.
go into a graveyard. I don't know if you want to answer this, but I gotta ask: did you ever make out in a graveyard? How
No.
Wednesday Addams coded would that be?
I know, but I wanted to. I'll tell you that. I would have.
No one wanted to kiss you.
No, I just didn't have any
Oh.
prospects.
Christine. I would have totally done it.
I mean, listen, I went to a very.
It's not too late. Blaze is right there. I'm just saying.
It's
She's
not
right
in the
there.
cards. Maybe we'll do. Leona's like, I thought this was a date for you and me, Mom.
Okay.
Have you made out in a graveyard / cemetery?
No, but it's if Allison and I ever drove past a graveyard, I'd be like, get out of the car.
Yeah. Have you never driven past a graveyard? What the
I don't
fuck?
think I've ever noticed. I've never paid attention. But
Oh, really?
no.
They're everywhere, dude.
I think it's one of those things where now that we're talking about it, I will see it
Yeah.
everywhere. No, I think it'd be so I don't know why. I just like
And
just
you'll be
'cause
like,
it's
why am I
spooky.
so turned on?
Yeah, I don't even know if I would be doing it to be turned
be
on.
doing
It'd
it
be
for the
more like
bit.
just to check it off the list. Like
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I may have made out in a graveyard at some point in my life as an older person, but not in that graveyard. I don't know. Not in that cemetery.
well, I mainly ask you about this graveyard because it was like your backyard and everyone like, it's the quintessential thing like, oh, you get like a first kiss like in your backyard and yours happens to be a fucking graveyard. You know what I mean?
I used to actually sit outside listening to Kelly Clarkson and thinking like, oh, I can't wait for my first kiss to be out here. I'm serious. And then just wasn't in the cars. It was actually in a Chevy Impala, and it was just so bad and awkward.
It was like example on reclaiming this moment for yourself, if that's something you would want to do, is that in my neighborhood, a little bougier than your graveyard. So sorry, I grew up on a golf course.
Oh,
But
I thought you meant right now. I was like, wait, what? Oh, yes,
Yeah.
your childhood. Yes.
so and the golf course was always where like all the teens would like go and like hook
Right.
up and like get fucked
Right.
up and like they're like I was always like, oh man, I wish I was cool enough like that someone would invite
So
me to
actually,
like a party.
so my dad's house was on a golf course, and so that is where all the cool kids would be, and my parents would be like, "Go play with them," and I'd be like,
They didn't want
No.
to play with me. They
"They
wanted
don't
to
want me
go
to
make
be
out.
there.
Yeah.
They don't want me to be there."
Anyway, it was very nice that I gave Allison a tour, and I was like, "That's the golf course I never got to hook up on." And then she went out there and we just gave each other a kiss, like nothing crazy, but like it was just so we could say I could say I've been kissed on the golf court because it had not happened and it was like very overdue. But it was
There you
nice.
go.
So I don't know, Blaze, if you're listening, go smooch your wife on a graveyard and just see what happens. Just because it's
Just see what happens.
just see what happens. I mean, just maybe you'll fall even more in love with each other. Okay, anyway, sorry to put you on the spot like that.
No, listen, I'm happy to talk about it anytime. I just there's nothing much to say, unfortunately.
I just wanted to know if you ever, because I always felt like I missed out on that. So I don't know if you felt the same way. So
I also felt like I missed out on that, but
Okay.
in my own ways, yes. So
the other thing, this is obvious. I'm so sorry to say like the boring ones, but needs to be said, picnics. Because that,
okay.
if you recall, I've talked about it before with other graveyards, but like they were originally designed to be public spaces that people wanted to be a part of.
Oh.
Did you know that?
Did not really. No, I don't think I knew that.
Yeah, so well, I don't know if it's
makes
all
sense.
graveyards, but a lot of them were designed to be public parks, so that way it wasn't just a place where
Oh.
you dump a body that you never see again.
Right,
It was
right,
supposed to be
right.
welcoming, so when you went to go visit your family, it would be a
Your
place that you
loved
wanted to
one.
stay.
And that makes sense, right? Like people will gather and like bring like a blanket and some and then just chat with their loved one. Like you see that on TikTok too. Like people will bring like their phones and
Yeah.
have like mom talk to dad who's passed or whatever and like like update him on life and stuff. And I just think those are so sweet. So yeah, that's it. Yeah, let's bring that back.
Very and also a lot of cemeteries for a while had like an open area, which was literally meant I think just to be a public park, so that way like you
Oh.
could go spend the weekends at the park and then let's go say hi to dad or hi to grandpa while we're here. And it was supposed to be, it was like, I feel like these days cemeteries are like, oh, we don't go over there unless it's for a sad reason, but it used
Yeah.
to be in the intention, at least at a lot of cemetery,
Yeah.
was to make sure that all those people stayed in the community, so they tried to make them
mean,
communal spaces.
Right, it makes sense. And like you'd in a community, like especially a smaller one, you'd know everyone and you'd know their families, and like it would be like somewhere that, yeah, that would make sense.
You'd
You
want to
like
spend
connect
your weekend,
everybody.
yeah.
Yeah.
Especially when there wasn't like, I'm talking like back in the day when there weren't a lot of wild activities out there to do. Like there weren't like, I don't know. It was just
there was bobbing for apples.
there was bobbing for apples, and so
or like watching a public execution.
but yeah, picnics used to be very common. Like people would just go out there and hang out. So I feel like we should bring that back and make
Yeah, I like it. I like it.
I feel like
Little
it's just
visits.
a little bit of a symbolism that like we're no longer a village, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I agree.
Okay. The one that I really like, and I have done this in graveyards before, and it's so fun, is geocaching. Have you done that?
No, I've done geocaching, but not in a graveyard.
It's so fun. People have left things in graveyards before.
That's so smart. Yeah. That's a perfect place for that.
Yeah. And for those who don't know, geocaching is like there's an app on your phone and it'll tell you like, oh, there's this like there's basically hidden treasure all over the city, and there's always like a little scroll or a piece of paper for you to write your name on to say like I've been here and I've
Yeah.
seen the prize, and it's sometimes like a penny, but the rule is always if you're going to take the trinket that you find, you always have to put a new one back for the next person who comes here. But
Yeah, it's
and
like a little scavenger hunt.
and you can see the log of all the people who've been here. Yeah, it's like scavenger hunting in your own town. So I
Yeah.
would suggest going to do that. That's very cool. I wrote some other things that I thought either you would enjoy or I could see you wanting to like teach Leona, and this would be like a fun way to teach her. You know what I
I
mean?
can't wait. Yes.
So one of them is helping collect trash, like always bring like an extra trash bag
Aw.
and like just be
That's
mindful.
great.
I know it's like kind of silly, but if you wanted an activity that's
No.
also helpful.
Well, and
Another
I mean, like a lot of places just really do, especially places like that. I mean, now the cemetery at my house has patrol because people are not nice and are disrespectful and will go in there and like do drugs or
Mhm.
make out, but more than that, and
Right,
like
yeah.
do like. And by the way, having a window above it, my bedroom window, I heard all sorts of things back in the day where I was like, geez. So now they actually have like a locked gate at night, like it's closed at.
Sure.
But back in the day it was just open, right? And like so I just wander out there, but now it's more. But they have to patrol it now and they have to pay to patrol it because people trash it, and
Yeah.
so it's kind of like frustrating. And yeah, I think that's a really great thing to help keep places like that clean because someone has to, and it's
Yeah.
like, why should the families of the loved ones who are there to just grieve or to like connect
Yeah.
have to deal with that?
And so it would teach your kid to be respectful of the environment. And then also I thought you would really get a kick out of this one. I came up with this one on my own is build your own like an activity at home and then bring it to the graveyard is like build your own
Aw.
little like bee house, like a little and print it put it in like the gardens and everything so that way the flowers stay nice and we save the bees.
Oh, little pollinator station.
Yeah.
Pollination station.
Pollination station.
Cute.
Another one is go collect rocks and then have Leona paint them and then she can have little trinkets to give all the
Aw,
graves.
that's cute.
Another one, I was obsessed with this when I was a kid, so I thought Leona might like it, is when you like would put paper over a rough thing and then like with
Yes.
the crayon. You could do
Oh
that
my
with the
gosh.
graveyard with the
Or a
gravestones.
pencil
Or a
works really
pencil.
well. Oh yeah.
And that way
Those
you
are cool.
can
They call what they call it, grave rubbing, I think.
something. But yeah, that
I
way
think
we could
there's a
like
word for
practice
it.
reading. What could it mean? Another one is this is for when she's older, but pick a grave and do an ancestry project on them. Bring a
Oh,
new
also, I just looked it up, and apparently, you just have to be cautious that it's not a super duper old stone because it
Sure.
can harm it. I don't
Okay.
know. Just a side note before people clock in. But yes,
Fair enough,
that
fair enough.
yeah. So don't go to like a I don't know, a thousands-year-old crumbling thing and put a crayon on it. But you
Fair
guys
enough,
know, you
yeah.
have common sense. People just use common sense.
100%. Another one I thought that would be a fun activity for the two of you, and then you can go to the graveyard with it, is to make wind chimes and then maybe hang them in a tree somewhere.
Oh, that's beautiful.
I was trying. You said graveyard games, and I was like, I don't know. The games are going to be activities. I don't know, man.
I love
Um,
activities, and crafting. So this is a dream.
This was one that I used to do. Not that I lived at a graveyard, but I used to go to them. And I tried to make it like the kid version, but like if she ever has like a new toy that she wants to like show off to people, she can like go to the graveyard and introduce it to people and tell people all
Oh,
about her toy. I
what
thought
did you do that you did that when you were young? I need to know about that story.
mine was I was a really big like music nerd. Like
Mm.
I'm not anymore, but I had like a whole phase where I was like a record collector and all this stuff.
Oh,
And
wow.
so I used to go there and listen to music and I wanted to like talk to someone about it, but I didn't want to annoy anyone. So I would just like talk to like
Aw,
them about the music. I'd be like, and then this happens in the music video. I don't know. It was very silly, but
I like
um
that though. Like, why not?
I also took that and thought for Leona it'd be cool if like if she it's so stupid. I'm sorry, I'm like assigning things
It's
to your
not
kid.
stupid. I want to
But
know.
like if she ever wanted to like make up a dance, she can go perform it for them. Like I don't know.
Oh,
Like
and she will, by the way. You don't tell her twice. She'll do a dance and like an entire vaudeville performance.
another thing that I used to do, which and again, I I used to play kick the can in uh the cemetery near me, but it was like with the goal of like not trying to kick any like I don't want the can to like
Right,
hit
right,
anyone.
right.
But if a can rolled over that way, I took it as a sign that I should go talk to them. And so
Oh, so you're like playing kick the can with them,
I
with the
guess. Or I
spirits.
just kind of took it as like whoever wants to talk, I'm gonna kick the can and just if it rolls over to you, then I'm just gonna take it as a sign that you
Aw.
want to talk. And then I would learn about people that way. So I thought that was fun. You could also do board games and puzzles. You could bring chalk, which is fun, not for the actual graves, but like for the road.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, yeah.
one family I knew growing up, they would go to the graveyard to go Christmas caroling so they could still sing to their grandma. So I thought you could do
Oh,
that.
that's nice.
Um, there was the grade above us in school, they had a graveyard project where they were teaching kids about different time periods, so each kid got to pick a grave and then you had to learn about that time period and then you brought them like a candy or a
Now
toy from that time
that's
period,
so cool.
so you could
I
pick.
love that because
So
then you really learn about like what they when they lived and what it would have been like, and
yeah, and then
you
you don't have
still
to
show
pitch.
respect.
You don't have to pigeonhole yourself into like I don't know anything about them, but it's like oh they're from the 40s, so maybe they would
Yeah,
have liked this old
and they
magazine.
like lived in this area or whatever. Yeah, that's really cool. I like that a lot. It's and now with like ancestry and all this, like you could probably really do
So much.
a lot. Yeah,
Another one I thought would be cool is like creating a scavenger hunt and having
that's
to
cute.
look through it. Um,
Oh yeah, like find twin like a twin or something, or find like
yeah,
two people who were born on the same day or have the same birthday as you or something. That could be a lot of fun little like
Well, that was one too because it was just her birthday. So I thought, what if she found one that had her birthday and they would have a birthday party together?
Oh, that's cute. Bring a piece of cake.
This is kind of a combination of that and a scavenger hunt, but I always thought this was so cool. I saw it on a TV show forever ago. If anyone remembers it, can you please write it because I can't remember the episode. But it was a cartoon with a graveyard in it. Must have been like something on Cartoon Network. I remember they had like some adult stuff, but he this is like so sad, but this little kid it was his birthday and he had an extra balloon, and so he walked through the graveyard trying to find someone that shared his birthday so he could give them a balloon. So I
Aww.
thought that'd be kind of cool if I would do this, not like even for Leona. I think it'd be cool if like just get a balloon and then just your whole goal that day is to try to find someone in the
The
graveyard that
birthday twin.
has or just has a birthday that day. Like the day you walk in.
Oh, that day, yeah.
If they have a birthday, now you've got someone, now they get a gift. Like I thought that
And
was
just
super
in,
cool.
like I don't know, maybe just in case nobody was able to visit that day for their birthday, maybe
Yeah.
you can visit. That's really sweet.
I thought this one was also neat, similar to like making a little bee hotel together, but you could set up a little free library, and then that way there's always
Yeah,
books there.
that's good always. Yeah, like that.
And then this is how my ADHD brain would work, and I would want to do this, but try to learn all the flowers so you can identify them. So when you walk by, you go, that one means
Aw,
this, and that one means this, and that one means this.
that's cute.
Same with the symbolism, like all the signs on a grave, like what do they mean, and like
That's
statues.
smart.
Did you ever hear
Yeah,
about like the horse statue code?
a little bit, but I don't really know it
Ap-
that well.
Apparently, if you ever see in a graveyard,
Oh, with the yeah. Sorry, go ahead.
no, just go ahead if you know it.
Is it the where if or in a painting where if you see a horse with one leg up,
Yeah.
it's like they died in combat or something?
Yeah, so if you ever see a horse statue, if it has all 4 feet on the ground, it died of natural causes. If only 1 foot is up, it means that they died from an injury in battle. And if they're
Right.
if they're 2 feet up and they're basically standing, it means they died during battle.
But the person, right? Like not the horse.
No, the horse.
Oh, the horse.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was about the person riding the horse.
Maybe. I don't know, but I've always heard it was the horse.
Oh, I only know about it in paintings, so maybe it's like different in
Oh.
statues.
Anyway, but there's like a
So are
lot
there
of
horse graves there?
That's a great question, but I've always heard it's literally called horse code. So I was like Morse code. That's funny.
Oh,
But I always thought it was about the actual horse themselves. I don't know. Are you looking it up?
yeah, I'm curious. Okay, oh, it's on Snopes. That's good. Equestrian statue code. Oh, for folk wisdom has it that equestrian statues contain a code whereby the rider's fate can be determined by noting how many hooves the horse has
Okay,
raised. The
you
most
were
common
right.
theory is that if 1 hoof is raised, the rider was wounded in battle. 2 raised hooves, death in battle. All 4 hooves, the rider survived, but apparently this is malarkey. Hold on. The hoof code mostly holds true in terms of Gettysburg equestrian statues, so you might be onto something there. Although even that site includes at least one exception. However, even the most cursory look at the statues around other sites such as DC quickly disproves that it holds general sway. So maybe it's just like more some areas, like or some wars or some
So interesting.
yeah. An additional rumored statue code is prevalent in Virginia's Monument Avenue in Richmond. And that they're facing a certain way, but apparently that's not even true either.
Oh.
Sorry.
Whoops.
Shoot. I thought that was going to be a
That was going to blow my mind.
fun fact. And then it says parentheses, please don't write to tell us that the odds of a given person's manner of death matching the correct statuary code are 1 in 9, not 1 in 3. The latter is correct. Wow. Okay.
Okay,
so they're like,
relax.
don't even fucking try.
Okay, good to know.
Okay,
Shit.
sorry. Now I feel like a party pooper.
But no,
But I'd
but
heard
see,
that too.
now you could go to a graveyard and go, well, actually,
I can go liars.
And on top of that, like, so there was a bunch of different, like, I feel like this is something Tim would do, but like to go around and know the name of like every symbol and every shape of the gravestone. Do you know how many fucking shapes of
Oh.
gravestones there are?
I don't even think I've ever thought about it.
I didn't either, but apparently, because I was like, what do you do in graveyards? What do some people do? And there was like a whole Reddit page of like people being like, this is my favorite shape of monument. And I'm like, what the fuck? So I'm just going to read some of them to you so you know how many there are.
Please.
And how fun would it be if you, I mean, there's nothing more Wednesday Addams than Leona growing up one day and going, it's not even a whatever.
Right, it's not even a
gravestone."
mortuary, whatever. Da, da, da. Yeah, yeah.
So,
it's obviously this.
These
Oh
are
my
some of
gosh.
the most popular
I'm
ones.
so excited. Okay.
square top, check top, arc top with shoulders, OG,
Oh.
half round, peon top, serpentine, heart, book, round bench, animal, rustic cross, footstone, bedstead, plaque marker, raised top, in socket, on base, pulpit marker, rectangle, bevel, floral, flat, slanted,
Stop.
upright, or government issue.
Jesus. Oh my
It's
lord.
like
Okay,
the
wow.
Duggars. It's like we're just
Yeah.
so
It's like it just doesn't end.
if you wanted to be a well actually person, I'm just saying you could absolutely and
Clearly.
teach her what all the symbols mean, because I've always been fascinated. Like, what does it mean when there's a fucking
Yes,
lion
I
on
do
the?
too. I would love to know.
Do you want to guess what the top 3 symbols on a gravestone are? Like the most used.
A cross.
Duh.
I don't know. I'm gonna say a sheep because that was on that one.
That was one of them, but not in the top 3.
Okay. A heart.
Another
Probably
top
not.
contender, but no.
And symbols. And is this just on the top or is this like anywhere?
I think just on it. I'm not too sure.
An infinity symbol? No.
Oh, that's a good guess. No, the other 2 are angel and dove.
Oh, okay. I mean that makes
A
sense.
little
yeah.
obvious. I was
should
trying
have
to.
gotten more traditional in my guess.
I really wanted to blow your mind with something, but I couldn't.
But
so,
if you think about like how many graves are from thousands and thousands and thousands of years ago, like I mean,
I
not
would.
here necessarily, but
That's a great point though, because I would be fascinated to see what the numbers look like on that. Like forever ago, I would think most graves had a cross or something on
any
it.
Christian affiliated person would have a cross, even if they
Yeah.
exactly. It would just be the norm, probably.
But as religion kind of falls to the wayside, I wonder what the now most popular symbols would be on a gravestone.
I wonder too.
I did
I
look
bet
it
a
up.
heart would be up there.
Probably. I did see that a dragon apparently to some means religious sin. And I was like, I just know there's some metal ass person who's going to put a dragon.
Oh my god. I hope to find that someday.
Would you like me to throw a couple symbols your way and you guess what they mean?
Yes, absolutely.
A rooster.
What? That's on there?
Apparently so.
So is it like a symbol about how they died or just like a general symbol of some meaning?
Unfortunately, they're kind of like
Vague.
a boring meaning
Okay.
of it. So yeah.
So I was like, it means he died at the crack of dawn.
He loved those chickadees. Yeah.
He loved a cockatoo. Okay, sorry. I regret saying that out loud. Maybe it means diligence. I don't know.
Close. Vigilance.
Oh, okay. So I telepathically got my wires crossed with you. Okay, got it.
And actually, cockadoodle do awakening, which it does.
Okay, that makes
awaken
sense.
people.
Yeah.
Another one is ivy.
Ooh, ivy. I bet ivy symbolizes eternity.
Shut the fuck up, Christine. You're so good at this.
What?
Because I guess ivy stays green forever. Don't tell Allison, but we have ivy outside, and I certainly killed it. It ain't green. But allegedly,
you live in California. All bets are off when it comes to plants.
Allegedly, ivy stays green forever, so it is a symbol for immortality and eternal life.
Oh, I killed it. I had no idea. Sorry, bad pun.
We'll just do another quick one. This one's kind of maybe obvious, but a buttercup, like the flower.
Oh, like spring or rebirth? I don't know.
Happiness, cheerfulness.
Okay, so I was just guessing.
The other ones were way too obvious. I was like, a cross.
Buttercup.
What could a cross mean? You know.
Yeah,
Although I did see one where it was like a vessel with light in it means love for the Lord, but an urn with light in it means friendship.
Oh, with light in it.
Apparently, that's what that means.
What do you mean light in it?
Like
a light bulb?
like a flame, I think. I don't know.
Oh, I was thinking like you put like a light bulb in it. I was like, is that a thing? Okay, I'm sorry. Yes, I understand. Flame.
But yeah, so anyway, another thing you guys could do, I guess, is just learn all the symbols together. So now I'm just gonna read real quick the things that.
This is so fun. I'm like, this is so
I feel
cool.
this is so boring. I like.
No, it's so fun.
Okay, thank you for
Everybody
saying it louder.
Agree with me.
I appreciate you.
I love going to my mom's, but I'm always like, oh, we're just, Leona's just gonna want to play like Candyland for 3 hours. Now I'm like, oh my god, we have so much to do outside.
One thing I was going to say, which actually, let me send you this form.
Could we play Candyland in the cemetery? Leona's gonna ask me. So
I'm saying I put board games and puzzles. Maybe not a puzzle because you have to finish it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And then you're asking for lost pieces, But
100%.
I would like Chutes and Ladders could be fun. Yeah.
Here is a form I found. It's called Burial Grounds Family Activities. And someone made this little form of like things to do with your kids
Aw.
when they're in a
Hey,
cemetery.
that's super sweet, you know, especially because people like have lost like loved ones, or if they've lost like a sibling, or you know, someone in the family, a
Yeah.
parent. Like that can be really a cool healing thing. I
Yeah.
imagine. How cool is that?
So one of the activities is find all the flowers. What plants are there? Can you
Aw.
tell the difference? Do a drawing of the flowers. Can you color a leaf? Like it's like very sweet. And then they have religious symbols that you can go try to find. They have other symbols you can go try to
Aw.
find. And then they have a list of some of those headstone shapes. So it's just like to play easy
Oh my god,
games.
look at this.
Yeah, someone made that. I was like, that sounds like something I feel like I would do something like that.
I love this, that it's like tulip means life, and like rose means love, and poppy means death, eternal sleep. I'm like, whoa, okay.
Ah!
That got intense real fast.
But I did think from that, I'm sure maybe there's an Etsy something somewhere, but it would be cool if you decided to create like your own little bingo chart.
Bingo, yes.
And then the
hell
two of
yeah.
you could scavenger hunt until you finish bingo over there. I thought that'd be
Oh
cool.
my god! I mean, literally, we just need to like collab with these people because they have all the symbols and like drawn out. We just need to like put them on a little.
And you can make
Oh my
the
god, how
bingo
cool.
even harder because instead of it, find a flower, it could be like find the one that means purity. You know, it's like
Yeah, like little hidden meanings and oh my god, this is so fun! Like a little scavenger hunt bingo thing.
so in the adult section, I also have
Mhm.
picnic again, geocaching. Although I think it would blow Leona's fucking mind if you were like, let's go to the graveyard. I know where there's treasure. All of a sudden,
Let's hunt for treasure.
she's gonna go there all the time.
Yeah.
I also said I tried to like put them.
And then we have to tell the people when we go in there, and they're like, "What do you have family here?" And she's like, "No, we're just like digging for treasure." And they're gonna be like, actually, that's called grave robbing.
Yeah,
Please.
I'm
Thank
gonna call the
you."
police.
Yeah, the police are already here. They knew.
I tried to cater these to you because you're the only one to know with a graveyard. So these are things that,
At my disposal.
if for some reason Leona is not around and you just wanted your own time in the graveyard, it feels condescending telling you what to do in your own backyard. But these are some new things you can try.
Listen, I'm loving it. I don't have any clue to myself. You already gave me make out. I have that on the list, so
So that should be at the top.
yep, it is.
Then there is obviously listening to music, reading, journaling. Those are
Aw,
standards.
I do, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Maybe read them the newspaper if anything interesting is going
Oh.
on. Just catch them up and be like, "Girl, you are missing out over
Just
here."
in case anything you're missing out, you're not missing out. I'll tell them that much.
Another one, I thought you would fucking love this one,
Mm.
is you find like a married couple one or a family plot
Mhm.
and do horoscopes of their compatibilities.
And then start some family drama.
Yeah, and be like, I bet the two
Like
of you fucking hated this thing about each other.
Rose, you and Ira, I can tell there was a clash for sure, especially when it came to like keeping the home, you know, your approach to that. Wow, I could probably get an entire family of people following me home to yell at me. I don't know.
Here's the other thing. On top of figuring out their compatibilities through horoscopes, I thought you could also practice tarot with them and just
Oh,
like
that's cool.
do a
Give tarot
spread and let the
readings.
winds kind of pull one out.
That's a really cool idea.
Or you
I'm
could
sure
practice.
some people would not approve of that, but I think it's a great idea.
I think it's cool. Or like meditate and see if you can kind of sense which one feels right for them, you know?
Oh, and then it says the devil.
It says, get out of my fucking space. Another one I thought you would get a kick out of is bird watching, of course. And then
course.
if you were able to go at night, which I think you're maybe the only person on earth who can, if your old bedroom is right above it, you are maybe in the graveyard.
Oh, I mean, technically, I'm probably not allowed anymore. I'll have to check, but I think they only close it up mostly so that people don't like go do illicit things in there. But yes, I do have access technically.
I was gonna say you could learn. I always forget the difference between astronomy and astrology, but you could learn to go stargazing.
Yeah, I love this. Stargazing, yeah.
Yeah,
I love
I've
stargazing.
always wanted to be that person who's like, oh, there's Hercules. Oh, you can't see it. Oh, that's crazy.
Oh,
You can't
my
see
Lord.
him.
You know what, Em? You know, it's so beautiful. You can do that. You can just go outside and say, there's Hercules. You don't see it.
I could.
And like everyone would probably be, well, actually, we know a lot of smart people. They'd probably be like, you're full of shit. But I do know Orion's belt, and I brag about that one all the time.
that one, and then being able to see Neptune and Jupiter. Those are my only 3 skills.
Big Dipper, you got any action on that Big Dipper?
Ooh, I haven't
That
thought
Little
about
Dipper?
Big D in a while. I miss her.
Yeah, I know, me too. Let's go to the graveyard. We'll find her.
Another one I thought was you could bring, if you were having like a truly a me time experience, or if you felt brave enough to do this with Leona, I say brave in terms of mess, is that the
That's
two of you could go out and have a Bob Ross day and like do a little painting or something.
cute and paint like what we see and
Yeah.
like little trees. Oh, that's cute, Em.
Another one is card games, board games. I already said that. Yoga, host a book club, spooky book club out there.
And sit on the little benches and do a book club. That's a great idea.
And then I will say there was a lot of opinions online about hi Mimi's. Someone just woke up from a nap.
Hi. Oh, sorry. I thought you were talking
No. There was a lot of controversy on witches' opinions of all you should be doing in a graveyard. Because I guess graveyard dirt is incredibly powerful. You can get herbs from over there and certain plants from over there.
Oh,
but
I see. Like as far as witchy, like as like yeah.
Yes, I would redirect people to other sources other than myself
Yeah,
on
yeah.
what's
When it
appropriate
comes
there.
to like magic, I feel like maybe be conscientious of sourcing your materials. Yeah.
But when
I
looking
agree.
up activities to do in a graveyard, a lot of sources were like, if you're a witch, this is a great place to basically go shopping. And I was like, that
Oh,
doesn't feel
God.
right. That doesn't
Well,
feel
and
right.
also like in some cultures, placing stones on the graves is like very symbolic. So like you don't want to be just like taking rocks that are meant for the family. Yeah.
Yeah, I
Anyway.
would think if you're
But yeah,
taking
so
anything from there, it should be in like the communal random shrub next to the
yeah,
road, you
and
know?
like make sure it's cool and everything. Yeah, that feels like a recipe for some trouble if you don't.
100%. And then I was just going to throw at the end that fun fact, there are a lot of cemeteries that do host events. So it's kind of like,
Oh, cool.
you know how like libraries throw events because they're like, please come to the library, please
Of
come.
course, they're like books are cool, and I'm like, I know.
I feel like cemeteries are doing that too, where there have been in different towns, people have started doing art fairs at cemeteries.
Aw.
They have started doing obviously walking tours at some of them that are more famous. There are movies in the park in LA. We have one every
That's cool.
Halloween
Yep,
where they do
yep.
horror movies in the cemetery, which is super cool. So yeah, that is everything I think you can do.
That is so
in a
great. And the
graveyard.
fact that we're doing this, like, I mean, as we record this, it's a Friday, October 3rd, but like spooky season is upon us. Like, I never really feel prepared for spooky season. And now I'm like, oh, in my own backyard, I can just kind of wander around and like, it's under all these beautiful trees. So it's like, oh, as fall rolls in, it is the most beautiful time to go there. So yeah, I really, actually, I don't know why this was my Halloween wish, but thank you for making it come true.
Yeah, well, if it weren't you and it was someone who does not make such a mess, I would have also suggested like go carve pumpkins out in the cemetery or something. But that
Oh,
just seems
yeah.
like a real
But
hassle.
you know me. Yeah.
Seems
Yeah,
like a real
you know
hassle.
me and it's going to be a bad. I probably won't be asked back.
But I mean, honestly, how cool would that be too if like one day Leona wants to have like birthday parties in the cemetery?
See, I mean, listen, she'd just be, my mom would be like, oh, not again. Been there, done this. But she doesn't go to Catholic school. So, that would be a little easier, I think, than inviting my old friends who were like, my old classmates
Sure.
who were like, I don't think my mom will like this very much.
I'd go to that party. That sounds fun as hell. But
yeah, you would. That's why I feel like we missed out, having each other in our class.
I know. Anyway,
we weren't ready. The world wasn't ready.
I hope that you learned something that you can go do. I like the
I
idea
learned a
of
lot.
bingo, scavenger hunts, make a wind
I can't
chime.
believe like I'd
Love
never
it.
thought of all these things. Like I was so goddamn bored in middle school, high school, like playing by myself, not making out with a single soul. And meanwhile, and all I'm doing is reading and journaling. I could have been doing scavenger hunts. Like shit.
I'm just saying, I think it would be if I were a kid and I had access to an interesting yard and my mom
Mhm.
grew up there who knew like all the ins and outs of it. And I knew that there was like maybe treasure around there or like, oh, let's go find a balloon in the basement and blow it up and like go find someone who has a birthday today. Like things like that. I think that, or I
Aw.
really need you to do the horoscope one and like go find if people are compatible with each other. I think that'd be
Do you
so
think that I
fun.
would get in big trouble if I did that on TikTok? Because I feel like that could be really a fun little like
I don't know.
fun little
I
bit,
think
but
there
I
would
don't
be
want
someone
everyone
who
going,
has
that's
problems.
disrespectful. And I don't want it. I'm not saying I don't want people to say that. I just don't want it to actually be, so I'm trying
don't
to,
know.
I need to feel out the situation. Chime in, folks, if that's something that feels way not cool. Because I would love to spend more time there. And I feel like there's rarely anybody in there and it's maintained beautifully. Like the people who it's a private cemetery. So people who like put money into it, take good care of it, but there's rarely anyone in there. So I'd like to take walks up there and like just sit and they have benches. It's really beautiful. So yeah, it would be cool to like get more time
We could
outside
also.
and
I like that. I mean, also,
Mhm.
if you wanted to team up, you know how much I love Ancestry. If you just sent pictures of the ones you're doing horoscopes for, I would
Exactly.
happily learn everything I could about them for you.
And then we could be like, "Oh, how's
I
this
love that.
compatible?"
Dude, that's
Right?
like that fucking show with the investigator and the
Yes.
psychic.
Uh-huh.
I
TM
think
TM.
so. You do the horoscope and the tarot. I'll try to find as much history as I can, and then that's the TikTok right there. Fucking bada
Holy
bing, bada boom.
shit.
Did we just do
All
that?
right. Wow. See, this is what happens. And we haven't even started the intermission yet, and we're already
I know
like
it.
rock and rolling. I think that's what we should talk about. Oh wait, are you done yet or no?
Nope, at the end.
Oh, okay, good. Because I'm ready to jump into this brand new idea, and I do have to pee. So
Okay.
that's perfect.
So okay, we're gonna go pee, and then we're gonna do Patreon, and then we're gonna do crime.
Awesome story. I loved it. Don't change a thing. No notes.
Stay perfect, baby. Yeah.
Stay perfect, baby. No notes. I loved it.
It feels like a red flag when a mobile company says their favorite word is no, but then I like realize it's Mint Mobile and they're like, "Oh, that's because we say no to all the other stuff like that people are used to dealing with, contracts, monthly bills, I mean, overages, hidden fees, no BS." And like that's why we tried Mint Mobile and it has lived up to the hype. $15 a month and that's that. Like no BS, no extra dollars.
No joke. No
No
joke over here
joke.
with Mint Mobile. And I mean, you ditch overpriced wireless and their jaw dropping monthly bills, unexpected overages, and hidden fees. And plans start at $15 a month, like Christine said, at Mint. And all plans come with high speed data and unlimited talk and text delivered on the nation's largest 5G network.
You can use your own phone with any Mint Mobile plan and bring your phone number and your contacts, so don't worry about that. We love Mint Mobile. They've just become a cool service, and I do recommend them to pretty much everyone looking for a lower monthly bill. So ready to say yes to saying no? Make the switch at mintmobile.com/ATWWD.
That's mintmobile.com/ATWWD.
Upfront payment of $45 required, equivalent to $15 a month. Limited time new customer offer for first 3 months only. Speeds may slow above 35 gigabytes on unlimited plan. Taxes and fees extra. See Mint Mobile for details. We have an aura frame downstairs that is like above kind of the little bar area. And we're having Leona's birthday party. And so I was all excited and I selected which photos I wanted to display that day, like all photos of
Precious.
her. You can like pin one. And so she loves to just like put one of her own face on there, which like red flag, I guess, but she's 4. But yeah, aura frames are great. They make an awesome gift. I may or may not be giving them away to some people in my life this year.
I think Aura Frames was probably the item I got the most people last year for Christmas.
Yes.
My mom got one. My stepdad got one. My mom got one for the basement. My siblings who live with my mom also got one. My mom has 8 of them.
The bathroom, right? Like in one
I'm
for
telling
above
you,
the tub.
eventually every photo frame is going to be moving around like Harry Potter. I don't know. It's
It's gonna be, oh my God.
Yeah, Aura Frames was named the best digital photo frame by Wirecutter, and it's easy to see why. You can save on the perfect gift that keeps on giving by visiting auraframes.com, and for a limited time, listeners can get $20 off their best-selling Carver matte frame with code DRINK.
It's so beautiful. That's auraframes.com, promo code DRINK. Support the show by mentioning us at checkout, please. Terms and conditions apply.
All right. Well, we're back from another rousing business meeting where we've changed the world yet again. Like, how often can we do it?
So welcome, everybody.
Yeah. Again, you're welcome. So, do you remember what your Halloween wish was yesterday when we discussed today's episode?
No, I really don't.
You asked for something about candy. And,
Ooh.
I had already, I said, absolutely, I'm going to find it. And I did.
Okay.
Just to like lay the groundwork here, I did. But at first, when I Googled it, I was like, oh shit, I've already done the Candyman, Dean Coral. I've already done, his name is Brian or O'Brien, and he killed his own child like with poison pixie sticks. Like, so I've done those, kind of. But I found a candy murder that is completely different from that. I cannot believe, I guess I should say a disappearance because I have never heard of this story. This is the disappearance of Helen Brach, the heiress to the Brach candy fortune, Brach.
Shut the hell up.
Are you kidding me?
Your brain plus the internet is unstoppable.
I mean, I didn't think so, but now I might agree with you. I was very like,
well done.
I was like, how is this? And then I found a couple of episodes, like True Crime All the Time did an episode. the only other one I could really find was Crime Junkie, but they only did a bonus episode, so was like, pay for it, and I was like, no. So
You know what is
Helen
also
Brach.
I'm sure you're about to tell us this, but Brock, that's the one that makes the candy corn, which is very Halloween.
That's exactly right. They make the candy corn and they make candy hearts too, I think, was their other like really big, and like caramels. But yeah, they make the candy corn. So holy shit, I hadn't even really put that together. That
How perfect.
Here we go. And
Okay.
it's like I did it on purpose, but not really. It's like you suggested it and I found it and it was perfect.
Oh wow. Okay. I just looked
What
up
a tale.
the products they sell. So that
Oh yeah, do you want to say some so that like we can give people an idea of like how
Oh.
massive this brand is? Just like
Sure, yeah. They make the main jelly beans. Like not
oh
they make like not Jelly Belly, but like those big thick ones for Easter with like
oh
the
those yes
thick
okay. So
ones.
they're like really into the holiday candy then I guess.
They are
They
they're on their webs on Google. If you type in Brock's candy, the first thing it says is Brock's seasonal candy.
oh okay so okay that makes sense.
So yeah, I'm sure they do the caramels for Halloween.
Mm-hmm.
And then they do peppermint for peppermint bites or pieces, like the big thick pillowy peppermint ones.
Yes. Oh, I like
They
those.
do that for Christmas. And then they peppermint candy in general is them, the circles with the red
Mm-hmm.
and white stripe. That's them.
Yes.
So
They're like the very like basic like but not in a bad way, but just like the original
yeah.
candy brand I feel like in the
Love
US,
it.
like the big one for seasonal candy. So yeah, so Brock's very successful brand of candy, very fitting here. What do you feel about candy corn?
Don't
I don't
fucking insult me like that.
I don't feel good about it either. My
I
my
know Zandy likes it. I don't even want to talk about
I
it.
know, and he's like vegan, and I'm like, what a ridiculous thing to miss
Yeah.
from being not vegan. You know, he's like, I just miss candy corn. And I'm like, you're sick, you know.
I can't
Um,
even, and I have to ask, was he a candy corn person where like he would have like 3 or 4 and he was like, oh, that's enough? Or did he do it like by
No,
the
he
handful?
like loved them. Like he would like eat them. Like a person eats eats a handful of M. Like it was gross.
I gave him a shot just now. I
know. You tried to give him an out, and he said, as himself, he staunchly remains in his position. And
Like I just can't imagine like a squirrel cheek full of like just
I mean,
chewing
they're
into a big
so-
wall of candy corn.
And they're so waxy. It's
God
just like,
damn it, that's
what are you
disgusting.
doing?
I'm
not into
so
candy corn.
sorry.
I'll be so honest. And I love lots of weird things. We know that. So I'm sorry, everyone. I know there are candy corn diehards out there. I see you because there are some things that I feel that way about that I'm sure most don't agree with, but I just can't get there for you. I'm sorry.
There's a pot for every lid, but
I mean,
a lid for every
that's right.
pot.
And
I just don't. I'm not that for you. I just don't get it.
I just refuse to be that lid for your pot.
I'm not her. Go somewhere
Don't
else.
cover me. Don't cover your pot with my lid, if you know what I'm saying.
Don't
And
let me
also,
stifle you. You eat your shitty candy corn with a
And, like,
lidless. Go
your
for it.
lidless candy corn. And also, if you think about it, like an entire candy fortune was basically built off this, and now it's more symbolic. I feel like candy corn's everywhere, like visually, not necessarily like the can. It has staying power. This stuff. I don't know why, but it's still a mainstay.
As someone who owns candy corn, or no, Zandy doesn't anymore. Shit. I would like to see someone actually take all candy corn and stack it as if it is a cob of candy corn.
Oh, as a cob of candy
because
corn. That's genius.
they are oversized.
They're supposed to be a kernel.
They're supposed to be corn kernels.
Cross
like,
I never got that.
Why hasn't anyone just taken a big, also
Maybe someone has.
disgusting piece of candy like core and
Someone
then just
has to have done that.
use frosting and put a bunch of little corn?
Oh,
and
it's a thing.
is it?
It's
Okay.
absolutely a thing,
gonna go
and
look
it
it up right
looks
now.
like my nightmare.
Candy
Type in
corn
candy corn cob.
cob.
Candy corn on the cob.
Okay, at least someone's done it. I mean, that's disgusting, but at least someone's done it.
Like I never really understood that this was supposed to look like the changing colors of a corn kernel in the shape of a corn kernel. I think my brain never really.
Well, technically, the orange part should be lighter yellow. It should be from white to yellow. So it should be white, yellow, and yellow.
Yeah, but
I hate this altogether. There's no
This is
no
so
rhyme
bad.
or reason to why this exists.
and to like roll them up and then eat them like in a bite makes me just want to scream. Really, it does. And
I just hate
I'm-
it so much.
I'm so sorry, everyone, but that's just a heinous act. But listen, people became bajillionaires because of it.
Sure.
So whatever. It has its fan base. I know that. But so we're gonna get into the disappearance of Helen Brach, the heiress to the Brach candy fortune. So Helen Marie Voorhees Brach, she was born November 10th, 1911 in Unionport, Ohio, to a family of postal employees. She married her high school sweetheart in 1928, but by age 21, she was divorced and was starting over.
Okay.
She eventually moved to Florida, where she worked as a coat check girl. And as a coat check girl, one day she met Frank Brach, heir to the Chicago-based E.J. Brach and Sons Candy Company. He was married, but she used her feminine wiles on him. He was not a much older man, but he was an older man. I think 22 years, something like that. I believe she was 38 and he was 50 something. I mean, it could have been 15, 20 years. I don't know. But so either way, there was an age discrepancy and there was some scandal surrounding, him leaving his wife for this younger coat check girl, as you can imagine, societally speaking. They married in 1950, and their life together revolved around multiple homes in Glenview, Illinois, and Florida's Fisher Island, which is like a very wealthy area. The couple were pretty quiet. They kept to themselves. They didn't socialize often. Frank, however, died in 1970, 20 years after they were married, and it was pretty unexpected, and Helen was left a widow. And she ended up inheriting every single asset.
God, you know
of
that
this
first wife
man's.
was pissed.
Oh, yes.
Come
Correct.
on.
Correct. She ended up, I don't know that that's correct. By when I say like correct, I don't
would be, yeah.
specifically know, but what I'm saying is I don't even know if she was still alive. Like, I don't know.
Sure. But in an
Like, I
imaginary
don't
world, if
actually
you
know.
found out that
But
you could
in
have
a
had that
hypothetical-
inheritance. Yeah.
in a hypothetical, like, that's a rough one.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if he had kids either, but it's just rough. So either way, whatever happened, she inherited everything. And she was devastated because even though she had made it pretty clear from early on that her goal was to marry a millionaire, like she wanted a life where she could be, the wife of a millionaire.
Sure.
And this was very important to her, but people say they actually were, really in love. And when her husband died, she was just bereft. So as a result, I don't want to say as a result, but after this, as she got older and was single, she became more eccentric. So she fed filet mignon to the dogs. Which nowadays isn't even that weird, I guess, like.
I'm sure there's
rich
somebody who
people
does
do
it.
weirder things with like people, whatever. She once chartered a plane to sit with a dying pet. Like she chartered a plane to go see a dying pet. And then she poured her fortune into animal welfare. So, some say eccentric. I say perfectly reasonable.
And
honorable.
not joking. It's like, okay, so you gave your dog some steak. I give my
Right.
dog some steak. Like, I mean, I
And,
give my
like,
dog the scraps after I eat the good part, but maybe she's got more fucking money than me. So whatever.
Yeah, really. I mean, she actually founded the Helen V. Brach Foundation, which continues today. That was founded in 1974. So we want to fast forward now to 1977. It's February. Her husband has been deceased for about 7 years now, and she's 65. Helen checked into the Mayo Clinic in Rochester, Minnesota for a routine medical visit, and afterward she stopped at the Buckskin gift shop inside the Zumbro Hotel. I can only imagine those don't exist anymore, but I hope they do. The clerk, Phyllis Redalen, remembered Helen being in a hurry. She was shopping there, and she told the clerk, I'm in a rush. My houseman is waiting. Which, like, we don't totally know what that means. She did have a butler back at the house.
She said houseman? What man?
My houseman.
Houseman, okay.
Yeah. So Helen purchased a $27.50 jewelry box and a $12.50 soap dish for her niece, and she asked them to wrap them up, said she was in a hurry, and this was the last independent sighting of her alive. From there, accounts kind of diverge. So airline crew on the flight to Chicago did not recall her presence on the plane, but Helen's houseman and chauffeur, which is, I guess, what most sources called her butler, but she said houseman. So this chauffeur, he claimed that he picked her up at O'Hare Airport that afternoon, even though, again, airline crew on the flight to Chicago didn't recall her being on the plane. And like on the one hand, yeah, a flight attendant probably wouldn't remember a single person on a
Sure.
plane.
But were there
But
logs of that kind of stuff? Like
well,
flight
yes.
logs?
So there were. They hadn't gotten quite there yet.
Okay.
But she did have a ticket already, so there was that. But the other thing I thought was like, this is a multimillionaire lady, like worth $30 million, $30 to $50 million. Like, you'd remember her. Like, if you're gonna remember anyone on the plane in 1970, whatever.
Yeah, she
I
would
imagine she's
stand
in
out.
first class. I imagine she's very wealthy and looks it, right?
Mhm.
So when they say like, oh, the airline staff didn't remember her being on the plane or said she wasn't on the plane, I'm like, well, I can believe that account a bit
And in
because
the sorry, I was gonna say in the
yeah.
70s, like, I wonder if there were pictures of her because I'm sure I walk by. I was gonna say I'm sure I walk by candy moguls all the time, but like, I'm sure there's like very rich, successful people I don't
I hope not,
recognize.
because after your candy corn slander, you're probably on a list, you know?
I feel like I'm sure I sit by quote famous people in their industry all the time and don't notice unless there's a
Right,
picture of them. So I
right.
don't know how often she was being
No, she
photographed.
wasn't really, because she was so reserved and like she and her husband had been so private that like she wasn't a known figure, you know?
Mhm.
But she, you know, was a woman, a multimillionaire single woman traveling alone in the 70s. Like, I imagine she at least stood out enough for people to be like, whoa, look
Yeah,
at that lady.
her
You know,
outfits, maybe she had like an obviously richer
something.
coat or something. Yeah.
Who knows? Yeah. And like, of course, I assume she's flying like first class if she's like sometimes chartering planes and things. So,
Sure.
um, either way, so the flight attendants say, nope, she was not on the plane. Her houseman, which like, again, slightly debated. Some people say they don't know why she said my houseman is waiting. Some people claim it's this Jack Matlick, but he claims he picked her up at O'Hare Airport that afternoon, so that she had been on the flight and landed in Chicago. Matlick said Helen spent the next 4 days at her 18-room Glenview mansion, and he insisted that she made no phone calls and saw no visitors, and that on Monday morning, February 21st, he then drove her back to O'Hare for a flight to her Florida condo. But
Okay.
Helen never arrived in Florida and was never seen again.
Okay.
So that's why we say the gift shop is like the only like
last.
sort of third person sighting of like someone who isn't involved at all.
And
Like
was this a gift shop in the airport or was this just a gift shop?
No, so she had actually, it was inside the Zumbro Hotel.
Oh,
I don't know
right.
how you could forget such a thing.
Right, sorry.
She had actually stopped, she had actually had an appointment at the Mayo Clinic in Rochester, Minnesota
Right.
for a routine medical visit, and she came out with a full clean bill of health and went to a gift shop in the hotel. I'm assuming maybe that's where she was staying, but I don't actually know that. But the clerk remembers her being in a hurry and saying her houseman is waiting, which didn't really make sense
Because it would
she
be
was
her
supposed to be
driver.
right, and she was supposed to be flying to meet her houseman. You know what I mean, on a flight, so to Chicago, and he was going to pick her up. So it didn't make sense. Like
It could have been like a slip of the
you would
tongue, maybe, of
you would
like
say
just the
like
wrong person.
my I have to catch a flight or something, but yeah, it's just odd. Or maybe maybe the cashier was chatty, right, and like she just wanted an excuse to get out.
Sure.
You know, who knows?
Sure.
Um, Either way, he says, oh, yeah, I totally picked her up. She was here for 4 days, and then I drove her back to the airport, and she flew to Florida. Immediate next bullet point is called suspicion on Jack Matlick.
Okay.
So here we go.
Great.
Police quickly turned their attention to Matlick, who claimed to be the last one to see her alive. During the very weekend Helen was supposedly home for those 4 days that he claimed,
Mm-hmm.
here's what he did in the house. He scrubbed down the maid's quarters. He ordered a meat grinder attachment for Marshall Fields. He had one of her Cadillacs detailed inside and out, but not the other ones. He called a decorating and cleaning service on Sunday night requesting urgent work.
He killed her.
He
Someone killed
like-
her and he knows it.
please. I mean, yeah. Visited her safe deposit box the same Monday morning he claimed to have dropped her off at O'Hare. And here's some financial irregularities. One account says Matlick cashed 6 checks worth $13,000. Another says they were 11, totaling over $15,000. But They were dated February 17th and 18th, and they were allegedly signed by her the days she was returning from Rochester. It just didn't make any sense because 7 of those checks went straight to Matlick. And handwriting experts agreed the signatures were not Helen's, but then when they did further testing, they said they didn't agree that they were Matlick's signature either. So
maybe another
confusing.
person killed her and then he's cleaning it up. I mean, it sounds
But
like the
then-
money's going to him.
but that's just the checks. Yeah, my guess as to why they didn't match Matlick's is because he maybe had really been practicing. Like maybe he really was practicing to try and get her signature right and was able to change his own. I don't know.
I
Maybe
see.
maybe that's not possible, but something I'm like that's not enough for me. If they say, "Oh, the signatures were not Helen's," like that's enough of a red flag. Somebody fucking
100%.
yeah, and he has something to do with it. I mean, look at him, allegedly. Okay. So Matlick actually told investigators to give him a polygraph test, like a lie detector test. And they were which again, like why are you doing that? That's weird. He didn't fail them, but they were both inconclusive.
Okay. It's weird at all that he like demanded it.
Yes, I think so.
It's like I'll prove. It's like he's almost feigning guilt by so desperately trying to be like
being like I'm innocent.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And so to reporters, he angrily insisted, "I don't know who killed Helen Brach, and I have no idea what happened to her." But Helen's brother believed Matlick killed her without any outside help, and a federal agent later claimed the same belief. That this agent also believed that Matlick killed her, and that was the end of the story. But Matlick was never charged. He died in 2011 at age 79. So he took his version of events to the grave. And I will also add one more weird thing that happened was they spoke with his wife, and she claimed that on the night that that Helen was supposedly flying in from to Chicago from Minnesota, that Matlick called his wife and told her, "I need to stay a few days here," or "I need to stay overnight or for a few days." And she said that was completely out of the ordinary. Like he never had to stay several days at the house. Like that was just really weird. And so that also just throws some suspicion. Like if he was doing all this, like hiring urgent cleaning services, having her car detailed, scrubbing, and his normal routine was not an overnight stay. It's like, what are you doing? You know?
Yeah, no, I mean, it's every single bit of it is.
It's so shady. So shady. So that's why it's confusing, because we get to Richard Bailey and his horse mafia, and then you're like, wait a minute. This fucking guy also probably, like, I don't know. It's hard to say, but
Oh shit, okay.
He's another person of interest. So Richard Bailey, he's a con man. He's a professional con artist, specifically using race horses as his kind of like tool to cheat people out of their money. He targeted wealthy women with little knowledge of the horse racing business and would be this slick salesman and like convince them to purchase these horses, these race horses. So just to give you an idea, in 1975, Helen bought 3 horses from this guy, Richard Bailey, for $98,000. And that is in 1975 money. She spent $98,000 on these 3 horses. And then her friends later said to her, you better like value these horses, get them appraised by a professional. Yeah, exactly. Because he had come to her with like
that's a goat. I'm sorry.
Whoa. What if they were like, it was a goat the whole time?
It was trying to make a stupid neigh. I'm so
yeah, we know. We heard it.
It really burst out of my mouth. I really should have just kept it fucking shut. Your turn.
It felt like a petting zoo had entered the chat, you know?
I'm so sorry, Christine. I don't know what happened there. I really wasn't in charge of my own mouth in that moment.
Please don't apologize. I love to see you in action.
The humiliation.
No, I don't. No, don't be humiliated.
I had no fucking reason to interrupt you like that. It just.
Can I be honest? You've said way worse puns than that, so don't worry.
Thank you.
Just kidding. Sometimes I don't even laugh. At least this one got me. You know? So she spent almost $100,000 on these things, and then they were later valued by professionals at under $20,000.
Oh no! No, that's a
because
big
these
scam.
horses, they were all, it was a huge scam. They were all on their way out. Like they were like farm horses, basically. They were like
Ooh.
out of the racing business. So these appraisers looked at them and went, these are not, you can't race these. And if you do, you're not going to win anything. Like they're,
Well, yeah, like they've retired, like because
they're
they're not
retired.
qualified
Yeah,
anymore. Oh
correct.
no. I mean,
And
I thank God for her. Like $50 to $80 million is like 20 grand's a drop in the bucket, or 100 grand's a drop.
right.
But still, that's so.
But so, and part of it was that he had actually pitched like a whole nother business plan and she was going to go forward with it. But then she talked to her girlfriends and they were like, you need to like get this checked out. So that's when she found out she'd already been scammed, like this major amount. Like there was no denying it. And he actually, so the investment she was about to put down was 150,000 extra on top of what she had already put down. And so, and this had been years, like she was very close with this person. So there's also like this personal element involved where like he apparently, what he did, which I heard this on an episode of True Crime All the Time. They were talking about an interview he did where he would explain that to con these women, he was like, I wasn't really attracted to them, but I wanted their money. So I would find one thing I found attractive about them and focus on that while
Oof.
I conned them. And then once I got the hooks in them, I was easily able to feel disgusted about them and discard them. And it's like,
Holy shit.
hey, what the fuck?
Whoa.
And so this motherfucker had been spending years as like a close friend and potentially more to Helen. I don't know that, but he
Sure.
claimed that he would try to woo them by being, you know, romantic and making them feel like they were so beautiful and all this. And they like stayed in places, they went to New York together, you know, like they were very close. And so when she found out that he had like scammed her and a lot of other women, you know, she was not happy. She apparently confronted him and claimed that, you know, she was going to get the board of whatever state they were in involved and all this. And so, you know, you don't, as a con man, like to hear that any sort of federal regulators are going to be coming in. So
Yeah.
she threatened him for that reason, and that's why he's also listed as like a potential,
That's
you know,
a good
suspect.
reason. That's a very
That's
good
what I'm
reason.
saying, especially because when you look at it, investigators later uncovered a much broader racket that he was pulling. He had this violent horse dealer named Silas Jane, and they were
That just
accused
sounds
of
like a villain. That's
Silas
Jane.
Jane.
Are you
I mean,
kidding
really.
me? My
It's like
God.
it feels like the Emothy and
The Graveyard
the
Kid.
Graveyard Kid's like arch nemesis. You
Oh
know,
my God,
Silas
Emothy the Graveyard
Jane.
Kid and Silas Jane. I feel like he's got like
that's
14
wild.
different guns hidden in his boot. Like he's
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
he's got a cape. He's got a cape for
And you
sure.
know he's like has horses on his side, which is like
Oh, we're
you
in
know.
trouble. Yeah.
So they would like inflate these horses. They would not inflate the horses. I'm sorry. They inflated.
Fucking
What is this? Is a real horse valued at $100,000.
Like they would inflate the price.
Yes, correct.
Okay,
They would inflate the price, not the
like
horse
he's
balloon.
the big like the one Macy's Day balloon that went
Oh
missing.
my God,
flew
the
away.
parade float. Yeah. That would be a wild racket
got
if they
me.
were like, this is a real horse, not a parade float.
Got me good. Okay, sorry. I'm sorry.
So, no, I'm sorry. We're all sorry. So, what is it? We're sorry. So they were accused of selling these horses at inflated prices and even staging insurance fraud schemes. They would do this by killing the show horses for like insurance purposes and then like pretend like they died in an accident and then get money off of it. Yeah.
This
like they
is
would
so
murder the
wild.
horses and then like get the money from the insurance. It's sick. So journalist James Elisela wrote a book called Who Killed the Candy Lady, which I did add to my Goodreads, but I have not had time to read it because I picked this topic yesterday.
Sure.
But it looks really interesting. And in this book, he argues that Helen had uncovered this horse insurance fraud and was preparing to go to authorities. And he believes that that is why she was silenced, so to speak.
Sure. I could believe that.
I mean, it makes a lot of sense. You're getting into like a multi-million-dollar con artist
And
you're getting in the way of this guy, right? And it's like,
and I have a feeling because she wasn't able to sense this immediately without her like girls backing her up.
mhm,
I
mhm.
guarantee you one of them was like, I bet he's a fucking scammer. You should look into that. Like
So
not
that is what
not
happened, 100%.
but
She
with the
literally went to her
horses,
friends
that was just
and
the
asked.
horses though, right?
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
I feel like they I feel like she was going to find out. This is like totally in my head, but I feel like she went to brunch with them and she was like, "Girl, you were right. All the horses were like so I got so ripped off." And I feel like they said there's something even deeper. Like I bet you
Oh,
weren't the first person. I
a
bet
bigger
this is a
story.
much bigger con. And I feel
So
like that's what she got into.
she knew that because she knew he sold horses to all the other women in this like country club. So she knew almost immediately like, oh, so he's doing this to everyone.
Okay.
And he's like putting on a show for all these people. I don't necessarily think she knew how big it was, like how that and that he had other associates and that he was like killing horses. I mean, I don't think she necessarily knew that, but she unfortunately challenged that, right? Like said, I'm going to expose you, and yeah, that could have been retaliation.
Mhm.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, there's no way to know, but that's what his theory is. Um, one witness, Joseph Clemens, later claimed Helen had been kidnapped, beaten, and shot, and then destroyed in an Indiana steel furnace on Silas Jane's orders.
Oh my God.
And, you know, a lot of people believe that because that's the running theory because they've never found any trace of her body. And this guy really was like a mafia style violent
Oh my God.
man.
Destroyed in a furnace is such a fucking way to put it. That's
Like a steel furnace is like like that
God,
melted
yeah.
steel. I mean, it's really dark. Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah.
God. And they've never found her body, no trace. But then I mean, do they have any idea of how I think you just said it, how she was killed? Like was it a stabbing? Was it a shooting?
They said she was kidnapped, beaten, and shot.
And shot. Okay, cuz
And this guy Clemens, and like my thought is, why would I mean people lie for crazy reasons, but why would you put yourself in this? He also alleged that Matlick was involved as part of the crew, so that Matlick, who was by the way the house guy,
houseman. Yeah.
yeah, which is like, what in the world is going on here?
I don't know. I feel like maybe I still think the houseman is kind of
I know, me too.
This feels a little too what's that like zebra stripes fucking sentence? Okay.
What? The gum? What are you talking about?
No, there's a sentence in it. It's like something about zebras and stripes, but basically it means that like
Oh.
it's usually the simplest answer. Like
Oh.
that's what the phrase is. But like I feel like this is like so over the top when like the houseman was acting really fucking suspicious and signing checks into his name. Like
And signing checks with fraudulent signatures.
I feel
Yeah.
like this random horseman would have just fled. He would have just heard, "Oh, you're going to expose me. I'm out of here."
Yeah. So well, he lived in town. Like he knew her whole community because he's working at, she meets him like through her social circle. So it's also like maybe he stands more to lose than, I don't know.
Maybe there was some combination where like the houseman did it and then horse guy came in and was like, "Oh, where is she?" and like caught the butler and then he was like, "Don't worry, I've got a guy and I wanted her out of
This
the
is
way
like
anyway."
the opposite
You know?
of the zebra stripe theory. He just happens to walk in as the dead body is laying on the floor, and he's like, "I want my horse money." And they're like, "Good, I wanted her dead too."
Yeah, I really flip up there. No, the houseman is way too suspicious for nothing to have
Something
been going
is
on.
so weird about that.
Like
You
for
know?
him to be scrubbing and cleaning and detailing and everything and also putting money in his name, like something happened there. But I do believe that she told him like I'm going to expose him and like he would have reacted poorly, but it feels too cuz then if your point is that he was already of that community and everything, wouldn't he want it to be a clean kill like so that nobody caught on or even heard that she went missing?
Well, but if it was, then it would behoove them to say that the houseman did it, you know?
Mm,
Like it could have been so clean that
mhm.
like nobody knew, and then they all looked at the houseman, the butler. The butler did it. I don't
Maybe.
know. I mean,
Could they have killed her in her house so it looked like the houseman and then he spent the whole weekend like panic cleaning so nobody would think it was him? I don't know.
That's interesting because also it's like I don't necessarily know why the houseman would kill her. I mean, for the money, obviously, like he's trying to sign checks over, but like it's not working. He's not doing a good job of that if he's like getting caught immediately.
Maybe since it was a third handwriting, this is fucking crazy, I know. Everyone leave me alone. But maybe horse
The
guy
zebra has lost its stripes. I repeat.
the zebra is fully naked.
Murphy's Law does not apply.
Maybe horse guy
Wait,
kills
is it
her.
Murphy's Law?
Murphy's Law is
No.
everything bad happens, or
Everything that can go wrong will go wrong. What's the one? What is the thing? Oh my God. Occam's razor is where it's like, it's usually the simplest explanation.
is that what I was thinking of? Not zebra
Yeah.
stripe?
Well, I
Quote?
don't know what the fuck you were thinking of. I know Occam's razor is like the term for like the simplest is most likely what it is.
There was a whole Law and Order.
I'm sure there is. I'm sure. I'm not just saying that.
Hey God, I'm so upset about this now. If you hear hoofbeats, don't think zebras.
Oh, that's cool. I like that.
There was a whole episode called Zebras because Stabler says it in the beginning, and then the irony is the way that they solve the crime is that he's
Now,
supposed
see,
to do
that's-
that. Okay, so anyway, what if horse guy killed her in the home and like it was served as a message to others in some way, or like tried to like frame the houseman? Horse guy goes away, or maybe they made a deal where like he's
But
like,
they
I'm
never
gonna
found any evidence, right? Like, I mean, he
like
cleaned
just
the
a bunch
house,
of
but
blood
like,
everywhere. What if there's just blood everywhere?
right, but
And then
like,
what if the other
no,
guy is the third handwriting on those checks to be like, clean this up?
but like but see, this is where I think the guy wrote the handwriting because it was so similar that they had to like test it. But well, maybe
Mm.
not. Maybe you're right. Maybe they just copied it. This is killing me. But I don't know. Like, don't you think the simplest one is that like just one person was involved, or like
Yeah, the
just?
simplest one is the houseman did this.
I think the simplest one is that the person she had like a public beef with did it.
Hmm.
But I don't know if I believe it. But I don't know if that's true because like he was shady, but maybe they were saying like, look at the houseman, look how shady he is. Like maybe they were trying to frame him. I don't know. Or maybe he did it for the money.
I feel I there's no reason for him to be cleaning like that unless there was blood everywhere.
Well, he claimed that it was his routine. And then nobody could be like, you're lying, like, because they don't know. Like, he just worked there with her.
Yes.
So he was never convicted, Bailey, of Helen's murder. We're back to Horse Mafia, by the way. But in 1995, he did plead guilty to racketeering for defrauding Helen and other wealthy women. And at sentencing, prosecutors introduced evidence linking him to a murder conspiracy, and he was given a 30-year sentence. They never secured a murder conviction for Helen's murder. Bailey protested his innocence to the end, though, and appealed multiple times. But in 2005, the Seventh Circuit rejected new hearings, stating that the evidence did not prove he was innocent of conspiring to kill Helen Brach. So he was released in 2019 after serving his full term. And then in 2022, which is another book I want to read, he wrote a book called Golden Tongue, The Innocent Man That Killed Her, ? Insisting that he was framed.
Wow.
And he died in 2022 at the age of 93. And I'm like, I'm curious to read this book, but also like you were like defrauding women and were proven to be linked with another murder.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know how much I believe you either, you know, like
100%.
why should I trust you? But whatever, it's just tragic because we still don't know. And there are, of course, competing theories that we've mentioned some of. So one is that Matlick killed her alone for financial gain. One is that the Horse Mafia, led by Silas Jane's orders, ordered her death to protect their schemes. And then the other theory being that, the Horse Mafia with Silas Jane was involved and they ordered her death and then disposed of her body in this like blast furnace,
Sure.
basically. There are some discrepancies, like the independent witness citing versus Matlick's claim of meeting her at O'Hare that like point to him being shady. But also, and I'm pretty sure I will double check this because for some reason it's not in my notes, but I'm pretty confident that they checked and nobody boarded the plane under her name that day.
Okay.
I'm pretty confident. But back then also like things weren't like digitized and as
Right.
thorough as they are today with airline stuff. So
Also, back then, you could just give someone your ticket with your own name on it. They didn't ask.
Oh, right, true. So it's
So
like,
they
but
could have just anyone could have walked on with her ticket.
right, right. So if the record said like nobody used the ticket, that's a huge red flag too. If Matlick is saying, well, it's a red flag because he's like, oh, she came home and I saw her for 4 days. But then
Yeah.
also it's like, why would he say that if she was killed in Chicago by the horse mafia? I don't know. It's so weird, Em.
I'm telling you, I think it was the house
I
guy because he is trying
Yeah.
to cover tracks and nobody else is.
Yeah, no, you're right.
Horse
I
tracks.
think you're right. I think you're right.
Sorry.
Unfortunately, her remains were never found. A marble monument stands in Unionport, Ohio, and now we can look into what the symbolism is and what shape it is and learn more about it.
Finally, it's a big candy corn.
Oh my God, imagine. That would be so cool. Her dogs, Candy and Sugar, are both buried there too.
Oh, that's precious. It's sad.
And it's sad because, like, just what we were talking about earlier, the tomb bears Helen's name but is empty, right? Because they never found. And so, like, I can, of course, understand when you need closure for, something like this, like, so horrific. Or if you just want a place to visit a deceased loved one. But yeah, Unionport, I don't know where that is. I think that's not far from me anyway. Maybe we can give her, like, we bring her some candy next time we're nearby.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's the story of the disappearance of Helen Brach. I know it's kind of like a quick story, but there's not much about it online, honestly. I mean, there are those 2 books, but again, I didn't have time to read that before today. So I'm sure there's some things I'm missing and some nuance I missed, but that's just kidding. It's literally 4 hours for me. Okay. Never mind. Okay, but yeah, that's the story. And you said a candy crime, and I said,
I
here you
love
go.
that. Thank you. That was a good one.
Of course.
Do you have any final requests? Because next week, I think, is our actual Halloween episode. I love this spooky month where we just do the requests. So you got anything?
And it's fun to just, because then you can be kind of vague and just say like candy, and it's like, oh, I'll find something. Like it makes it like a scavenger hunt.
Yeah.
And I said graveyard games, and you brought fucking graveyard games.
I appreciate graveyard activities.
Activities.
I don't know.
That's even better.
Trying to think if I have anything for you. Right.
We used up all our good ideas in the intermission.
Let's see.
Do you have anything?
Halloween. Candy. I'm just gonna say Halloween things, and if anyone's everything. Okay. Skeletons, trick or treating, costumes. Oh, like a costume party.
Costumes good.
Costume, something where people are in costumes. So that's broad. That could be like actors. That could be
costumes is good.
Murder mystery.
Mm-hmm. Costume is
poisoned apples that you bob for. Okay, just go costume.
Costume? Okay.
Vague phrase. It could be anything.
Or is that both of ours?
That's me to you.
Oh, that's mine. Okay, excellent. Yes, costume is good.
What's
costume
yours
is
to
very
me? What's
good.
yours to me?
Okay, let me think. Sorry, we also have a meeting in 5 minutes, you guys, so we're like we're both clearly watching the clock like, okay, we got 5 minutes to come up with one word. Can Christine do it? Probably not. Okay, I want to say, like, my gut reaction is like, I don't know why, but like that doesn't really make sense. I was gonna say like haunted homes, like a story about someone living alongside their ghost. Does that make sense?
I can try to find that.
Like maybe a story where somebody like was actively living alongside. I don't know. But
okay.
I don't know.
No, I'll see what I can do.
Ghost roommates. I don't know.
Sure. Perfect.
Yeah.
Okay. Great.
So okay. Haunted home. That's my term.
Are you fucking kidding me? Haunted home. That's what I cover all the time.
But a haunted house. Not
okay,
haunted house.
Fine. A haunted home. Yeah. A home. Home haunted home. Yes.
And home haunted home. That's cute. Yeah.
Okay. Got it.
All right. Well, we're gonna go pee real quick before our meeting.
That's right. And we will see you next week for, I think, our Halloween episode, or at least the one before that.
It is our Halloween one next week because the one after is November 2nd.
Oh, okay. Good to know. Is
No.
it? That can't be right. Is it? This is the
It is.
19th. This one come out the 19th?
Yeah.
And then the one after that would be plus 7 is 26. So then
Right,
that one's our Halloween.
But this one comes out the 19th, right?
Oh, I see what's happening now.
So
Okay.
the next one. Sorry. The
You're
next
right.
one we record will be the Halloween one. Yeah.
Okay. Well, see you for Halloween and
See you soon. That's
why
we
drink.